To lead the Skol chant and sound the Yeller horn, please welcome the 31st Adjutant General of the Minnesota National Guard, Major General John Jensen.
Well, hello, this is John Randall, Minnesota Vikings legend, and it is my pleasure to say, Minnesota Vikings fans uncensored, are you ready? Keith, get your people up. Let's go. Skol, 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 baby. Let's go.
Hello, Vikings fans. Welcome to the Let's Skol Show. I'm Fish. As always, I've got with me Mr. Positivity, Cody Bowden, the man who greets with smoke, Shaq. He's going to be missing out on us today. He might be joining us in spirit in the comments section, though. So tonight we've got a quick recap of our Week 13 game against Seattle Seahawks and a preview of our Week 14 game against the Washington Commanders. And we've got some enemies to skol with. It's been a bit buzzkill season. Has it been the worst? Where's your KOC and Kwesi confidence meter currently? And was KOC forced to roll with McCarthy even though he saw signs he wasn't ready? Speaking of Jonathan, what do you hope to see from him in these last 5 games? We're going to dip our toes in the future, talk who's playing for their jobs and who should get a chance to play more of these last 5 games. We're also going to go around the Gallahorn with our hot takes and make our Purple Prophecy predictions. But before we jump into all that, let's break this ice. And we're counting on you in the comments, too. Hey, Captain.
What's going on?
You wake up tomorrow and you are Kwesi Adolfo-Menso. What's that first thing you're going to do?
I know that I should be fired, so I'm going to figure out how to pin it on somebody else. And that person's probably going to be Ryan Grigson. I'm probably going to try to, put the accountability on him because I know it should be me. And deep down inside, I hope it is me. But I'm going to find someone to be the scapegoat, and it's going to start with Ryan Grigson and say, I don't need him. His influence hasn't been a positive one. I'm getting blamed for all these drafts, but it's really been him. Look at his track record with the Colts. It wasn't very good there. Yeah, he got Andrew Luck, but anybody could have picked Andrew Luck with the number 1 pick. That's all he did in Indianapolis, and it's carried on over here. And then I'd have to let go of some coaches. The offensive line coach, the special teams coach, maybe even McCown, because someone's got to take accountability for J.J. McCarthy. So I'm going to start pointing the damn finger and trying to get rid of people and convincing the Wilfs that I'm not the problem.
What about you, Cody?
If I was Kwesi in the morning, I woke up, I'd take my ass straight to the library. I want to find as many books about football as I can, American football as I can. And the number 1 most important book that I think I will find is going to be How to NFL GM for Dummies. I mean, it's going to try to break it down as simple as possible to where I can be more successful. Because everything that he does or has touched has turned to garbage. His first draft class, I can completely say it ruined the future of the Minnesota Vikings. That 22 draft class did. Right? We don't have nothing to back up our depth. We've had to go through free agency and free agency. The only thing that comes of an outcome for him is UDFAs. And right now, there's only one UDFA that's playing very well on this team, and that's Jalen Redmond. After that, they're all washed, including Ivan Pace, we thought would be good. So I'm trying to go read up on how to be a GM in the National Football League.
Okay, so I think that he might be able to stave off his elimination by finding the scapegoat, but I actually don't know if the Wilfs would be more receptive to a positive plan. So if I were him, I'd be looking at my entire scouting and development team, and I'd come up with a plan of potential hires. I'd come up with a plan of potential hires and have a plan to present to the Wilfs right away and say, this is where we're going. This is where we're going to be different. Obviously, our free agency hasn't worked that well. Our drafts have been abysmal. So I would present them with the plan. This is how we're going to make it better. Listen, you just extended me. Give me this chance to earn that money. Here's how I want to do it, and talk to them in depth about the individuals we're looking at and the plan we have to put it together. We've got to potentially well,
Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you, Lucy.
That's going to go great on Spotify.
We've got a draft that we could really change this team, and we need it. And he's got to maximize it. So I think he has to make the play for his job in a positive manner. This is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it. And it really is going to be the people that he decides to surround him with moving forward.
Yeah, I've seen that, Sparky. A lot of people are selling the tickets, including one Cody Bowden right here who has tickets to the Vikings and Lions. So if anybody's interested in going to the Vikings and Lions game, pretty damn good seats. I'm sure he could give you a good deal because he doesn't want to have to fly out there anyways and go see that. So hit up our man Cody if you're looking for tickets. Don't go StubHub or anything like that. We got you here at Skol.
No, they're gone. I traded them for Christmas presents.
Hey, that's pretty smart.
It wasn't bad. It was bad. It's good. It's good 1-for-1.
So Gil just asked off the bat, what's your guys' take that JJ McCarthy's basically the meme of the NFL?
Hey, we did coin the word ass, I'm pretty sure, after the Atlanta game on the lives. So it makes pretty good sense. He is ass right now. So
I don't remember saying the word ass. What do you think about him being the meme of the NFL?
Well, it's the universal meme.
When you see it, maybe you haven't been on social media this past week, but when a quarterback has a bad game, they put that quarterback's face on JJ McCarthy in the locker room when he was doing that 9 face. Lamar had a bad game. They put Lamar's face on there of the JJ McCarthy. You know,
there's no such thing as bad publicity.
None. Hey, I'm actually happy Lamar Jackson is wearing the number 9.
Wouldn't mind seeing him in a Vikings jersey.
You mean to tell me the worst Lamar Jackson is JJ McCarthy? I'm in.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, he comes. Gil, he comes back from that in a major way. It's embarrassing, Fish.
It's embarrassing, and it's going to be a real testament to his mental fortitude. If he can come back, shut it all out, play football, progress, still lose all the games. I can't even say that. But if he can just do that and improve, the future could be bright. Because I'm not going to lie, man, the stuff he's going through in his first season, if he can get through this, he's going to be bulletproof afterward.
The funny thing about this, Fish, and all this stuff coming back to bite him, the 9, the memes. I remember after that first game when he had that interview and talked about the whole 9 thing, and we talked about it on here on the show, like, oh man, that's pretty cool. It's all the ego, like it gets him pumped up. What do you guys think about that? And me, Cody, Shaq, like, it's cool if that's what pumps him up, that's cool. But you're like, I hate it because as soon as he messes up, they're gonna use it against him. 9, what happened to 9? Where's 9 at? 9 this, and that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah. I hate to be right in this, but I mean, tell me about 9 when we're going to the NFC Championship game. Earn the right to tell me the story about whatever's going on the side that's built you up to be what you've become. But for right now, shut the hell up and play football and do it well.
I think he should change his number. Think fresh start next year. Change your number. I killed 9. Now just call me JJ now. Just call me JJ.
Give me number 0.
Well, Shaq ain't even gonna give him that.
Well, Shaq's one person. So, other news: the Vikings ended up releasing Adam Thielen upon his request, so he could latch on with a contender in his final season. He said he ended up being claimed by Aaron Rodgers. I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers. That should turn the 7th round pick that we're getting from the Panthers into a 6th rounder. So in a way, this might have been a good move for us to move up one spot. And essentially, we traded away a 4th round pick for a 6th round pick and 8 catches. So now that we've seen the results of this, do you think it was a mistake by the Vikings bringing in Adam Thielen, or was it a good idea that just didn't work out?
Let's go back to the icebreaker. If I'm Kwesi and I wake up Kwesi tomorrow, I just quit. Just saying. That's just horrible. Look, I was whelmed at the trade. I think I remember saying, okay, it's good that the hometown boy, I love the story. I know there's a lot of fans that'll be happy about this, but I did not expect anything from him. And even I was disappointed. I mean, we were expecting at least a little bit of red zone threat, maybe some sure hands for JJ to help develop. We got none of that. Nothing.
I think it was a good idea that just didn't work out, because when you look at the time that it happened, you know, we didn't really think Justin Jefferson would be out, but he was missing most of camp with a hamstring. Jalen Naylor just had hand surgery. Jordan Addison was suspended for a couple games. So it did warrant that we did do something. Now, did we end up paying a little bit too much for what we got? Sure, but a lot of that is still kind of hindsight-ish. We needed some help, or at least we felt we did. We didn't know Naylor was going to be back week 1. And yes, Adam Thielen did have a couple drops, but he only had 11 passes that were thrown to him this whole time. Like, we're not even getting the ball to Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much I actually blame Adam Thielen for how it went down here.
Once again, we drafted a wide receiver in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
I mean,
we did.
That's
and I don't think they expected to start him.
But my biggest thing, what you just said,
when they drafted him.
We used draft picks, a 3rd, 4th, and a 6th round for 8 catches. Why didn't we play Ty Felton?
9
catches.
We just don't like that number anymore, Keith.
Three rounds of draft picks for 9 catches. So far.
It's not the expectation to start. It's the expectation to just kind of fill in. I mean, did Thielen actually have a start? I don't know. I'm just saying
because he did. He was wide receiver 3 until Addison came back.
I didn't know that actually qualified him for the start. But I mean, I'm just saying that even with all that, even with all the stuff that you just mentioned about our wide receivers 1, 2, and 3, Felton didn't see the field, and he really needed to. You draft a wide receiver with the 3rd round, he should at least get something. He should at least be on offense a little bit.
So does that tell you that he can't even beat out a 35-year-old Adam Thielen?
I don't want to be.
Go ahead. You can criticize the draft pick all you want.
Well, what I want to say, Keith, is, and I've reserved my criticism for the actual players that were picked in this draft, like of their actual. I mean, you know, I tell you, I hate the pick, but I've been trying to give them a fair shot at changing my mind. Donovan Jackson's doing a pretty good job of that. I just want Felton to have a shot and get on the field. And I think that as a 3rd round draft pick, it should be fair to expect him in that situation to have seen the field and to have gotten an opportunity to play offense.
So, but again, that's not Thielen's fault. Thielen was benched last game. I still didn't see Ty Felton out there.
I know.
So I get being frustrated about the whole Ty Felton thing, but I don't think Thielen prevented that. And again, we were going into the season not knowing if we even had 3 healthy wide receivers when we made the trade. So to me, yes, it did not work out. It was a catastrophic fail. Oh, yeah. But I do think it was a good idea that just didn't work out. And also, again, we're not even getting the ball to Justin Jefferson. So I'm not going to be surprised if over this next 5 weeks, Thielen ends up with 20, 25 catches as a Steeler.
That would be amazing. Good on him.
I think they messed up in the draft with what Fish was saying, drafting Ty Felton. And then that's because we messed up in the draft, we had to go get Adam Thielen. We could have traded those picks, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round pick, to get into the 2nd round to pick a wide receiver. I think something slipped up there, and drafting Ty Felton was not the right move, and which caused us to go get Adam Thielen. So, Fish, you were correct with that Ty Felton draft pick, and that's why we got Adam Thielen, because Ty Felton got a 3rd round.
Clock is right twice a day.
Yeah. Different subject, but yeah. I'm just going to say I hope Stephon Diggs doesn't try to come back here next year, because bringing back our old wide receivers has not worked out when you look at Randy Moss and Adam Thielen trying to come back. And we got excited for both of those, and they both ended up getting released. Neither of them finished the season here. Oh, we got the Redskin fans in here early. Commanders. Dang it. I'm going to get buzzed for that. I'm going to get a fine. So let's go ahead and get into this embarrassment real quick and get over it. And that was the Week 13 game against the Seattle Seahawks, where, again, there's not a lot to talk about. It was just a bunch of embarrassment. We lost to the Seattle Seahawks 26-0, being shut out for the first time since 2007, where we were shut out 34-0 by a team that shall remain nameless. Now, many Viking fans asked for something, and they got it. They got to see Max Brosmer in the flesh, on the field, ready to go. It really couldn't have gone worse than it went. But undrafted rookie free agent, what did you really expect? This was one of the worst games in Minnesota Vikings history, and I'm not just saying that. It was literally one of the worst. And if you look at DVOA, which I'm no expert on DVOA, but I know it's a way of evaluating teams' performances against league averages. And the Vikings had a negative 96.8% DVOA on offense, which is 30% worse than they've ever had in the game. 0% means you played average. They were negative 96.8%. And that takes into account the defense you played. Seattle's a top 5 defense. So they actually get some grace and still were negative 96.8% on offense. One of the worst games in NFL history. 5 punts, 5 turnovers, and they had the 1 turnover on downs. That was their 11 possessions. The defense actually played pretty good. I'd say the defense played good enough to win. Had 4 sacks and only gave up 19 points, with only one of those being a late touchdown. They were giving up field goals. They played good enough to win if we had a competent quarterback. The offense performed half as good, we would have had a chance. What are your takes from that one, Fish?
Well, you get what you ask for. And, yeah, I'm not going to lie, man. It pains me to say this, but if a healthy Carson Wentz was our quarterback, we won that game. I don't know about J.J. McCarthy yet, but a healthy Carson Wentz, we win that game. And defense played well, overshadowed by their defense because their defense scored. But yeah, one side of the ball has been playing pretty well this year with a few lapses, and the other side of the ball just can't catch up. And it really showed hard. I think we're going to look a little better this week, though, because we're not playing the top 5 defense again, so we'll be all right.
Were you able to dig up a catch in this one?
Well, I felt like being like our receivers and saying, no, I couldn't catch nothing either. But so I thought that the real pivotal play in this game, it would have been easy to say it would have been the pick six on fourth down in their red zone. But the real pivotal play was actually the third down just before it. This is a play where Brosmer looked competent, where Brosmer went through a couple of progressions and got the ball out on time. But this is also a play where KOC drew it up where only one route went past the sticks. Everything else was inside of the first down marker. And the one that went past the sticks was a post route by Adam Thielen on a throw that Brosmer is not ready to make at this level. And when you watch this, Jones is way late coming out, leaking out as his option for as a running back. Look how late he is. He's not. I mean, Brosmer is throwing it to Addison, not past the sticks. If Brosmer would have had another half a second, he could have delivered it to Jones and scored a touchdown. But he didn't have a half a second because Jones was, I don't know, man. Either the pass rush was that good and that fast, or Jones just that stutter step didn't let him to get out quick enough. But as you'll see, Thielen runs post route.
Rinaldi wants to know where the Brosmer stands are at now.
Trying to come up with their positive spins, Rinaldi.
I got a question. So we went for fourth down right after that play, right?
Yep.
Correct.
That's the same defense that they ran on that third down that they ran on that fourth down, if you take a look at it. Same exact defense. Yeah.
I say that if we converted that play, it's a whole different ball game.
So what was your take from that embarrassment, Cody?
Max Brosmer is not the guy, will never be the guy. It's just terrible. He's an undrafted free agent. I don't know why people were clamoring for him over J.J. McCarthy. We just saw a guy play worse than J.J. McCarthy, and I don't think anybody even saw that happening ever in NFL or in football. The biggest takeaway is the receivers letting down Max Brosmer. You know, you have the best receiver in the game. You got a 1A, 1B, what do you want to call it? And they kind of let him down too. So there's a lot of issues going on, and I don't know what it is. And a lot of it's coming from our wide receivers too.
Yeah, I mean, JJL, some people were trying to call him Purdy 2.0, but that had nothing to do with his ability. It was because he was a UDFA and Purdy was damn near a UDFA.
Mm-hmm. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wanted to stand behind the guy, and I hope he did well, but oof.
Yeah. The one positive we can take from that game, because as bad as it was, there was a positive. And that was Dallas Turner. Man had himself a game. He had 2 sacks, both of them causing fumbles, one of them being recovered by the Vikings. He's got 4 sacks over the last 3 games. And the impressive thing about this game was he did it with Grenard and Van Ginkel being available. And he was still able to come into the game and make an impact. There was no like, oh, he's not getting in, he's not playing because we got Van Ginkel and Grenard in there. What's he supposed to do? He did what he's supposed to do. He got in there and made some damn plays.
Mm-hmm.
He may have made one of them trade bait for the offseason.
Yeah. That's going to come up. But what do you think has been the cause of Turner's improved play over these last 4 games? He's actually looking like a player.
I think it's snap shares. I think he's at like 66% of the snaps right now. And we were begging for it since watching last year's 15%. And we always said, if he gets more than 15% of the snaps, he's going to show out. He will break out eventually. And I think we're seeing the breakout these past 2 weeks.
Skol. I think putting him into that Grenard position has actually kind of helped him out too. Instead of trying to expect him to be Van Ginkel, they got him trying to be like Grenard, and I think that's where he's better suited. Just go and get after the quarterback. Stop trying to be a contained guy and maybe get an interception. Like, get after the quarterback. That's what you're here to do. So I think a lot of it has to do. I mean, maybe the injury to Gennard helped a little bit too, because it got him in there and he played well doing it. And when Gennard came back, it's like, well, we got to keep this guy on the field.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said it when he did replace Gennard and had that good game. Maybe that's his side. You know, maybe that's just the side he needs to line up at. You know, it's kind of like a left tackle and a right tackle. You can't switch them. It's not like you could just throw them out there and say, "Hey, go play this side." It's all different. It's different. It's opposite movement. So maybe that's just the side he's going to be effective at.
I think he's tied with Grenard in snap share. I know Ginkel's at 43% right now, and Turner's outpacing him.
No, that's awesome to see. And, you know, after the first season, I think a lot of these fans are ready to call him a bust and, you know, run him out of town after just one season. He was 21 years old last year. He's 22 this year. And I think maybe even after the first handful of games, this fan base was ready to run him out of town. But now we're like, oh, no, he's ours. Good player. Dallas Turner. I knew he would do it. Can this fan base learn something about this, you know, with JJ McCarthy?
They could, but will they?
Totally different. or is it totally different?
I don't know. There's a lot of eyes. I think there's more eyes on the quarterback position than the edge position. So
I mean, the defensive tackle position is the third most important position on the field, right? Or maybe even the second. You know, it's quarterback who gets after the quarterback who protects the quarterback. So, I mean, it's good to see, and he could become, you know, like that base for our defense. Him and Redmond, if we can re-sign Redmond, I actually love being able to say that now. You know, I really think that could be a really nice core for the defense, keeping us young.
Yeah, definitely. And I do think that the fans can learn something about this, though, as far as JJ McCarthy's like, you know what? Turns out they're not a finished product their rookie year. There's developing to be done. There's improvements to be made. And, I mean, Dallas Turner still got a long ways to go, but he's showing some improvements. He's showing, you know, what we were hoping we would be getting. So hang in there, Viking fans.
Yeah, Dallas Turner reminds me of baseball metrics with his pressures. Reminds me of hard hit balls. You know, a guy has these hard hit balls all the time. Eventually, he's going to break out, and that's what the pressures of Dallas Turner remind me of. He's got these pressures. Eventually, they're going to turn into sacks. Like hard hit balls are eventually going to turn into triples, doubles, and home runs. And Dallas Turner followed that perfectly in suit.
And the Lions just scored another touchdown. Looks like Tesla. And they are smacking the Cowboys 27-9. So, sorry, Fish. It looks like they might be an 8-win team.
Most dangerous 8-win team in the league.
So, when the Vikings win, we give out game balls. When they lose, we give out laps. And, man, we've been giving out a lot of laps. Collectively, we're going to give Max Brosmer laps. Yes, UDFA shouldn't have been out there. But the fact is he was out there. And it's not even the 4 interceptions. It's the 1 interception that he just threw for the pick six when just take the sack. Like the panic, that was terrible. And then after that, that's when like we kind of all just said, all right, let's just watch this for shits and giggles at this point. The hope of him actually being something, it died right there. So Max Brosmer is definitely running laps collectively for all of us. But Fish individually, who do you got running laps?
The Wilfs.
Oh.
I'm tired of this patient ownership attitude. It kept us too long with Rick and Zim. It went past the rotting point. It hurt us. And then along comes Kwesi and Kumbaya, Kev O'Connell. And we have some success, but some monumental failures, especially at getting talent, which was going to make it not sustainable. And I'm just saying the Wilfs need to be able to come in and say, we're not taking this. We're not going to accept this. We expect a winner. They need to they need to stop maybe running this team so much like a business and maybe get more like a fan and say, I want to see my damn team win a championship. I bought this team. I've invested enough into this team. I want some results, and you ain't getting it to me, and I'm not taking it. So the Wilfs need to run some laps because they are way too damn patient. They don't have a winner's mentality. They don't have that winner's demand that could get us at least one ring.
I might pay to see those guys run some laps. That'd be a sight. Huh?
Mark looks in shape. He looks like he could run a couple laps. Ziggy, he might surprise me.
You know, you've been pretty anti-Wilfs for a couple years now, so I'm not surprised that you're making them run laps, and they haven't really given you any reason to switch over. I still like them because I do think there's a lot of terrible owners out there, and we could be stuck with one. So I think this is just a case of, well, at least we're not stuck with terrible owners, because that would be a lot worse. But I get where you're coming from. You're the tough.
Good is the enemy of great.
Mediocre.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to give my laps to Coach Kevin O'Connell. And it might not be for the same reasons that other people are upset with Kevin O'Connell. I actually thought he called a pretty good game for having Brosmer as his quarterback. He started out with a lot of runs, a lot of short screen passes, a lot of the stuff that we wanted him to do with J.J. McCarthy. I get the fans wanted to see Max Brosmer. Hell, I wanted to see Max Brosmer. But that was more for like entertainment value. What I want to know is, why did KOC put Max Brosmer in this game? And don't say he didn't have other options, because he did. It's not like we're in here fighting for a playoff spot. We're going against a top 5 defense. Season's already pretty much tanked. But you do have 2 guys who have made NFL starts. One of them's been with you pretty much all season, in John Wolford. Now, I'm not saying this makes us win the game, but it probably keeps it a little more competitive. And it probably doesn't ruin a guy like Max Brosmer. That game might have ruined him. There was no business being out there. It's kind of like J.J. McCarthy. Looks like he probably had no business being our starter if this was a win-now situation. Max Brosmer had no business being in that game. Like, these decisions, those are the ones that bug me. What are they looking at? What are they evaluating? Like, that's what kind of worries me for the long run, because we've been hoping to get our franchise quarterback, and KOC is going to be the man to do it. Once we get rid of Kirk Cousins' contract, we're going to get our guy in here, and he's going to turn him into a superstar. I'm not seeing that. And the decision to put in Max Brosmer, like, that was going to save everything. That's going to save jobs. Like, that's going to feed people. What are you doing?
Maybe that was a move
Kevin
to
O'Connell. Protect what?
Protect McCarthy. It's a top 5 defense. They've been kind of murdering people. They've been doing a great job of getting after the quarterback. Maybe he tried to protect McCarthy's psyche and say, I don't.
That's fine.
After what you just did, I don't want to put you back in there. I'm going to sacrifice the lamb, so to speak.
But that's fine. I'm not advocating for J.J. McCarthy to play. I'm advocating for, why didn't John Wolford get thrown to the Wolves? He's played in a playoff game. John Wolford has. He's won NFL games. He's played against the Seahawks. I just don't know what made him think. What has he seen to make him think like it was a good idea to put Max Brosmer in an NFL game against a defense like that? Like, I get it. Us as the fans, we were all, oh yeah, I can't wait to see what Max Brosmer does. Maybe he'll, be something, and that's fine. We're fans. You're the coach, man. You should know. And Rinaldi, I'm not saying he didn't have a concussion. I 100% agree that J.J. McCarthy had a concussion. I don't think concussion is the injury that you fake, because that gets all sorts of outside sources involved. So I don't think you fake a concussion. Now, can you make it maybe linger and last longer? Maybe. But I don't think you could really fake a concussion, and I don't think that's what they're going to mess with. Also, once you have a concussion, that's on your record forever. Mm-hmm. So then you get another one for real. Now you have 2, even though you really only had 1 because you faked 1. It's not a good look. I don't think they fake concussions at all. Was the ankle as bad as they said it was? Maybe not. but yes, he definitely had a concussion. So KOC, you are running my laps. Cody, who you got running laps?
I wanted to say Addison, but I'm going to go with the quarterbacks coach. You've had 2 young quarterbacks so far, and they completely bombed this year. Completely bombed. It's showing that you didn't work on any sort of mechanics, any sort of play calling, any sort of pocket awareness. You didn't work on anything with those quarterbacks. Josh McCown gets my running the laps because you had 2 young quarterbacks that you had all offseason to work with, all year to work with, even with on the sideline as the practice squad or the number 2s, and you didn't do any of that. So my opinion, my running laps is Josh McCown. You're a quarterbacks coach. Can you be a quarterback coach? I don't think he can. He's been a journeyman backup his whole entire career, and our head coach is a third-string SDSU quarterback, and we think they're the quarterback whisperers because they fixed a veteran first-round pick, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold already had the skill set, already knew things. He needs sort of a little bit of tweaking here and there. Both these young quarterbacks need a lot of tweaking, and 0 tweaking happened during the offseason and during the season. Josh McCown gets my running laps on this one. Didn't even get him remotely ready for the game.
That's crazy because Fish has had him running laps the past 2 weeks, and now you got him running laps. And dude, they were talking about McCown getting, head coaching offers potentially after this season. Last year, he was getting OC offers, but he didn't want to leave unless it was going to be for a head coaching position. Like, he had himself ready to be a head coach, but after this, can anybody really take him serious as that?
Yeah, Gil's
guess what? If McCarthy comes back and plays on Sunday and he's asked, guess what? I said I'll have him run laps until he fixes that kid. So he got a break from me this week, and Cody scooped him up off of waivers. I love it.
I hope.
You're good. Gil, you're right. McCown was Bryce Young's quarterback coach his rookie year, and he seemed to have gotten better after McCown. So McCown might find himself a little bit as a scapegoat, or maybe he deserves to not be here. But I could definitely see that being one of the heads that ends up rolling. Mm-hmm. Anything else from this game, or did we bury that thing? You could say we buried it.
Yeah.
Miles Price didn't have a bad game, did he? I mean, he didn't do anything stupid, right?
Oh, he yelled. He yelled at everybody else, get away from the ball. I liked it.
He made a mistake. He learned from it. I like it. I like to see it.
Good. Now he gets to move forward and start trying to make plays.
Yeah. Maybe you have to make plays as a wide receiver. We're getting thin there without Thielen. Someone's got to take those 11 attempts over 13 games. All right. So here's where we're at. Vikings are 4-8 right now. And for the first time in a long time, we're kind of thinking about tank mode as fans. You never really want to come out and say that you want your team to lose. And as Viking fans, we're fortunate to never really be in this position. I can't, really remember the last time that we've only had less than 5 wins going into week 14. I think the last time was what? Was that 11, 12 whenever we won 3 games? That's the only time I could really remember where we've been in this position. Every other time at this time of year, we're still thinking about, okay, we can make the playoffs. It might be crazy. Okay, we got to win out, and we need the Packers to lose 3 games. But, there's still that hope. Right now, that's gone. Right now, we have an 80% chance of landing a top 10 pick and a 15% chance of landing a top 5 pick. And just over a 0% chance of making the playoffs. So we're not eliminated, technically. Fun fact, this is the first time in the Vikings history that they've been 4-8. We have never had this record before. This has been one of the most disappointing seasons of our lifetimes. 5 weeks remain. It looks like we need to start looking forward. Like I said, it's rare that our season's over before we get the Christmas tree up, but that's what it is. Cody, has this been the worst season of your life, considering the expectations that we had coming in?
Yeah, I want to say yes for the expectations, but we should have looked back at KOC's track record as a coach. His first year, he goes 13 wins. His second year, he goes 7 wins. His third year, he goes 14 wins. It looks like we're about to go to a 6th and 7th kind of win season. And what Fish always says, trends, right? Trends. we should have followed those trends because there is a trend being set right now. But yeah, it's the most disappointing I've seen after such high expectations with the roster that we put forward, thinking this roster was going to be lights out contenders, and it is completely unfolded.
What about you, Fish? Is this I'm gonna say the most disappointing season? Because obviously we had a 3-win season. Like you could say, like, okay, yeah, technically maybe we were our worst team, but I don't know that we had the expectations.
Oh, for me personally, absolutely the most disappointing season. I had Super Bowl expectations. I looked at this roster and said, man, we're going. All we need is for JJ McCarthy to be mediocre, and we're going. And this has been my heart has sunk. I've never once rooted for the tank. I can't bring myself to do it, but my head says the smart thing to do is to just protect the people that are important for our future and try to get that, even if we end up trading back to get more draft capital, just to get the best draft pick we can get.
So Sparky, yes, they did have, 2-3-win seasons back then, but that's why I preface this by saying in our lifetimes, none of us were watching the Vikings in 61 and 62.
84, I was in middle school. I do remember that season, but it didn't really matter that much to me. I didn't have expectations. I had expectations this year.
Yeah. No, this has definitely been one of the worst for me, especially just because it's got dark so early into the season, and now it's like not even really getting to enjoy it, not getting to be part of the chase. Like even if we didn't hit our expectations of being 11 or 12-win team, like we're not even in it like right now, and that's disappointing. The other most disappointing season I would say in my lifetime would be the 2010 season when we tried to run it back with Favre, because definitely had expectations that season. And then 2018, when we replaced one of the greatest quarterbacks we ever had in Case Keenum with Kirk Cousins, and we went from the NFC Championship to going 8-8 and missing the playoffs. So those two are up there, but this one, it might be surpassing those. I don't know. 2010, that one was pretty damn depressing, especially, it looked like we tried to save the ship by bringing Randy Moss in. Now, oh man, we got Favre with Randy Moss. Okay. But no, that didn't work out either. 98 to 2009. Okay, those weren't like disappointing seasons. Like those were great seasons that ended in disappointment, but they weren't disappointing seasons. Oh.
2010 wasn't even anywhere close, because I remember them going back to try to basically kidnap Favre to bring him back. And I was like, let that man retire. He had a great magical season, but it is not going to be the same. And I just said, let him retire. Let's move on. I had no expectations for 2010.
Was 2010 when the Metrodome collapsed also?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, then we started playing at the Gopher Stadium, and that's when Favre got his head drove into the ground and got concussed and ended his career.
Yeah, that's a terrible year, man.
It was like that was a bad year, and I did have expectations. I was like, we were, cheated out of going to the Super Bowl basically the year before. And yes, I do remember Favre being dragged out, but I also remember Favre playing really damn good football the season before. So that maybe that's a lesson to anybody who thinks that it might be a good idea to bring in Aaron Rodgers. Because yes, maybe Aaron Rodgers might have worked out
one season of really good football and go to the NFC Championship game.
No, I think we could have got the one really good season of football out of him this year. I think next year he's 2010 Favre. He's 2010 Favre next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been miserable, and it sucks with us doing the show because it's a lot more fun when we're playing for something. I don't want to be talking about the draft right now. I don't want to be talking about free agency right now. We have 40 weeks to do that stuff. I don't want to do that right now. I want to be talking about, all right, like how are we going to come away with this W? Who are you facing in the first round? I want to talk about that kind of stuff. I want to talk about how great JJ McCarthy is, which there's still a chance we can do that.
Brian Peterson said the last season I was disappointed was 75. That was the first year you started being disappointed, was 1970.
Our kicker is fine. Move on. You can only that's Robbie. What's up, Robbie? I think he said he's at a bar right now.
Hey, good for him.
We met Robbie at a bar.
Yeah, that's how
First
Robbie
time you-
joined us, was
At a
running
bar.
around the bar, being spastic, and now he's confined himself to his kitchen.
I don't know why we expected any different going forward.
I think that his wife has put them baby gates up to keep him in the kitchen, but every once in a while he gets out.
That's funny. So I gotta ask you guys this straight out. And Fish, I know it's gonna be harder for you. Cody, at this point, are you rooting for losses?
No, I'm going to still root for wins. I want to see the team win. The team starts winning, that means JJ McCarthy is starting to develop. So I want to see that happening going forward. I get it that it's tankathon, go get them draft picks, but I don't even trust Kwesi drafting for us in the top 10. So it's hard to root for a loss. And I want to see JJ McCarthy develop. If he's developing, that means there's chances for wins. So I'd take that.
What about you, Fish?
I want to win. I don't ever want to not be able to trash talk back to somebody if they come at me. I couldn't imagine being 4-10 going into Christmas and not being able to yap back at Lions fans. I can't. I'm not a defeatist. I'm a dominant. I want to win. I want to find a way to win. That little 0.5% chance of getting to the playoffs. So you're saying there's a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And I just my head says, yeah, get the draft pick. But like Cody said, and I've echoed that sentiment too. If Kwesi Adolfo-Menso is our GM come this draft, I don't trust him with nothing. Like I said, we could draft Downs, and I'm in my mind, I'm gonna say, well, that kid's career's over. You know.
This team can't tank. It's not basketball. But as a fan, I'm rooting for L's. And I'm not saying they're going to tank, Tommy. I'm saying as a fan, are you rooting for wins or losses at this point? And I guess I'll be the one to say it. I'm rooting for losses. And that's not to say that JJ McCarthy can't show improvement every game in those losses. The losses don't have to be his fault. There's some guys, I mean, I haven't gotten too deep into the draft stuff, but there's some guys that I think could come in and help this team right away if we can get into like the top 6. And right now we can't do that by winning. But Fish, what if I give you the Detroit win on Christmas? So
that's the most important one.
Any Lion fans that want to talk smacks, like, you lost to a 5-win team twice. You gave us half our win.
You got swept
you gave us
by a
half our
5-win
win.
team.
So Cody, would you rather lose the rest of our games and get pick number 5, or Vikings win out, go 9-8, but don't make the playoffs?
Is JJ McCarthy developing?
He's developing both ways.
I want the wins. I'm sorry. I want to win. That's just going to be me all the way through. Yeah. I want to watch a game and be happy at the end of the game.
See, a loss at this point is not going to upset me.
See, here's the other important thing about that, Keith. I know that it sucks. It affects us in our draft. If we were to win out, that gives us a possibility to be a spoiler for another team or two and knock them out of the playoffs. And that brings a certain amount of joy
we
too.
play 3 of them. We got the Cowboys, which we can spoil. We got the Lions we can spoil. And we're going to end the season against the Packers we can spoil. I get it, man. I get it. But if we go and win like 2 games out of these last 5 and it ends up costing us Caleb Downs, I'll be pissed. That's all. Like, that's kind of where my mindset is. And like you said, you alluded to earlier, Fish, that little 0.5% chance of making the playoffs, that's always going to be right here. That's always going to be right here. So, like, deep down inside, I'm rooting for it. But in the grand scheme of things, I just think it's better to take losses because it's a 0.5% chance. But
your head's winning for you. My heart's winning for me.
Okay. That's a good way to put it. My head is beating my heart right now, which doesn't happen too often, especially when it comes to the Vikings, man. I wear this shit on my sleeve. I actually got it tattooed on my arm. So, but right now, Vikings aren't in the position to get a top 5 pick. It's happened one time in my life. So while we're here, let's go ahead and do it because I don't want to be here too often. It's not a position I want to be in. Maybe that makes me a bad fan. I don't care.
Nah,
It's
no
understandable.
such thing as a bad fan.
Yeah. So we were talking about JJ McCarthy a lot in that. Cody, what do you need to see from JJ McCarthy in these last 5 games to feel like, you know what? I think we do have our quarterback one for 2026.
I need to see passes stop sailing and the right reads being completed. I think that's a huge issue right now, and it's all the way since he was drafted. There were big issues for him. He sells passes, these accuracy issues. His defense is in the pocket. He's a little run heavy. He wants to take off with it, or he gets too jittery in the pocket and then throws the ball when the read is not there and it becomes intercepted. I need to see a little bit of tweaks going forward, and it doesn't have to be all at one in one game. Just little tweaks as we go forward. I would be awesome with 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 200 yards passing for the next game. Then keep building off of that. As long as you are building every single week, I will be happy. But if you continue to throw the 35.9 QBR rating every single game, especially against the Washington Commanders, who are giving up the most yards per attempt, it might be time to go. If he's terrible in this game, it might be time to go.
So, Fish, is there something JJ McCarthy can do over the last 5 games where you'll feel like, all right, maybe we don't need to go look for a quarterback one this offseason, just, a competent backup?
All right, so I wouldn't even care if his interceptions went up a little bit if he starts throwing different kinds of passes, not just all rocket balls. If he starts to show the attempt to put touch on the ball, if he's throwing the right kinds of passes, if he's throwing a deep out and he shows the attempt to layer it over the inside defender and fit it in the window, even if he can't get it, but if he shows the willingness to attempt to do it instead of just trying to throw it through people, I'll be all right.
And if we do go into 2026 with JJ McCarthy as a quarterback, there's a lot of people that think a certain player won't be too happy with that, and that's Justin Jefferson. I don't want to get too much into this, but what do you guys think of all the speculation, thinking because Justin Jefferson's getting upset on the sidelines that he's going to request to be traded? You guys taking anything from that? Are you worried about that at all?
I need to see Justin Jefferson get targets. I need to see the ball get thrown to him. Otherwise, yeah, I'm going to be worried about it. I think this all stems from Justin Jefferson is not in the game making the plays that he wants to make, win or loss. Right? I think if we lose, but Justin Jefferson has the plays, he balled out, he's trying his hardest out there. He knows that he is number one in this offense, and I think that's what KOC and JJ McCarthy need to do is keep giving him the ball. That way he stays in this offense.
What about you, Fish? You worried about it?
I think when he gets the ball thrown his way, he needs to catch the shit, or else don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. I mean, shit. He had balls thrown his way. He had some. Sure, they were high, but when you're the best wide receiver in the league, by God, catch them. You had balls hit you in the hands. You better catch them. Mm-hmm. I don't care if they're rocket balls. Catch them. You know what your QB is. You know what he's throwing. Adjust your play and catch the freaking ball. That's all you got to do to make all that money. And another thing, we win a couple of games, his attitude will improve. If we won 4 out of the last 5 games, or even 3 out of the last 5 games, he will improve. His attitude will improve. Even if it does all the screwing up our top 10 draft pick, we don't make the playoffs. If he sees the improvement, if he sees the team get better and play better as a whole, he will improve. He ain't going nowhere. But if he don't start catching the ball when it's thrown his direction, Dude, go play with Kansas City. Get out of here.
Damn. All right. I'm not going to go that far, but I'm going to also say I'm not worried about it, because people are taking this because of his body language on the sideline, saying, oh, he's frustrated. He's going to ask for his way out of here. But he doesn't like losing. I wouldn't like losing. I'd be on the sideline pissed off too. That doesn't mean I hate the Vikings. I'm in my living room pouting and getting mad and throwing my shirt. Like, I'm not going to go pick another team. Like, we're losing. I don't want to see him happy. What were we talking about when we saw McCown and Carson Wentz on the sideline smiling and laughing when they're down by 3 scores? That pissed us off. So I'd rather see him getting frustrated and pissed off on the sideline than see him over there laughing like, haha, at least I'm getting paid. Like, it says it affects him that we're losing. He doesn't want to lose. But I don't think just because he doesn't want to lose means he wants to jet out of here. So I'm not worried about that.
I can respect that, Keith, but there's a difference between 2 years ago when we were losing. He was putting it all out there. He was making spectacular plays, even with guys like Josh Dobbs throwing hospital balls to him. And this year, he ain't making the plays. I can get it if he's doing his part, if he's pulling his weight, and we're still losing.
He also missed 8 games that year.
I get it, but when he was there, what was it, that the Lions game? What do you have, like 180 yards receiving or something like that? And then Mullins threw that last interception, and you had JJ just sitting there with his helmet off in the middle of the field like somebody who just given it his all. He ain't doing his part to fix this. He's actually contributing to the downfall at this point. So
okay, so that's gonna make him want to ask for a trade because he's not pulling his weight. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is I'm talking to your point where I can respect what you're saying. He doesn't like losing. He's part of the problem right now.
Okay, I agree with that.
So he just needs to become part of the solution. He catches a few balls 2 weeks ago. It's a different game. He catches a couple. Him and Addison catch some balls last week. It's a different game. And there were some balls that were catchable that they didn't catch. So I want him to stay. We've signed him. We've got the contract, all the ramifications with the dead cat, yada, yada, yada. He's the best wide receiver in the game, by God. And here we are. We're married. Let's not get divorced. But by God, start being a good spouse again. You were a great spouse before, and you're kind of giving me hints that you're looking for a side piece.
Yeah, I just think he's upset, but I don't think he has any intention on trying to get his way out of here. Robbie, thank you for the $9.99. Robbie says to trade for Mac Jones, draft Pavia. I've never seen Pavia, is that how you say it, play, and pawn Mick Glass for some snap-on tools. I'm not going down this road, Robbie, but thank you.
Thanks.
And I'm not trading for Mac Jones either, because you trade for Mac Jones, you probably gotta give up like at a minimum a 3rd-round pick for him. And yes, he's on a cheap contract, but his agent's not trading him without an extension in place, paying him like $30 million.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if Mac Jones is a free agent, I'd be interested in bringing him in to compete for the spot. But I'm not trading draft capital for him and then paying him $30 million on top. And that's all I gotta say about that.
Word.
So someone just asked if we think KOC is losing the locker room. I don't want to ask that. I want to ask if he's losing you guys. I don't have your guys' old scores. I don't have your guys' old scores. But Fish, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your confidence in KOC?
About a 3. And I was probably somewhere around a 7 or 8 preseason. I was pretty high on him, but about a 3. He hasn't shown the ability to adjust. He hasn't shown the ability to form his playbook to his quarterback. He's trying to conform his quarterback to his playbook. There are things he's asking J.J. McCarthy to do he can't do. He's shown that he can't do it. And KOC is still saying, no, man, this is it, buddy. Here you go. 5 pages on the playbook. There ain't no 6th and 7th. We ain't fixing this for you. This is not the first quarterback he's done it. J.J. McCarthy in the last game he played did not run the ball. Not one time did he not run the ball. J.J. McCarthy is an athletic quarterback that uses his legs, and KOC seems to have a serious negative feeling about quarterbacks that do that. He neuters them.
So you're at 3. Where are you at, Cody?
I'm going to be at the same boat as I give Sam Darnold leaving us. We knew Sam Darnold was going to get us to the playoffs, but we'd exit in the first round. I'm giving KOC a big fat 0 in confidence for me because I already know where KOC is going to get us. He's going to get us 13 to 14 wins, first round exit out of the playoffs, and then he's going to get us 6 to 7 wins the following year, and it's going to keep going like that. If we knew what Sam Darnold was going to give us every single year, why aren't we saying the same thing about KOC? KOC's actually has more years, and it's a proven fact so far what his track record is. So if we're saying the same thing about Sam Darnold, oh, we know what he's going to give us, first round exit, why aren't we saying the same thing about KOC now?
I'm still at like a 7 with KOC. I'm going to be honest. I don't think he's on the hot seat at all. I don't think he should be on the hot seat, and I still have confidence in him as the leader of this team. I didn't say 6. I said just 7. I didn't say 6, 7. I'm still at a 7 with him. I mean, it's obvious to see what the problem is, and now I can see you blaming that problem on him, but the problem is quarterback. If we had just the 18th to 20th best quarterback right now, we'll probably have 7 or 8 wins, but we don't. We have the 32nd best right now, unfortunately. That's what he is. And it's obvious that that is the problem this season. And the biggest mistake was thinking that he was ready to go. And there's some people that believe that maybe it wasn't his decision to make J.J. McCarthy the starter. They feel the way that KOC's been talking about J.J. McCarthy is not a way that somebody who's happy with the decision would be talking about him. What was it on Sunday Countdown? They were talking about it. And they were saying that with all the public critiques that he's given about his mechanics and just the little like shots and jabs he's taking on J.J. McCarthy, the concrete not drying, it's kind of like he's trying to throw it back in other people's face. And that maybe KOC was forced to make JJ work because you're a QB whisperer. We drafted this guy. You can make him work. But maybe once KOC got this guy and has seen him in camp, he's like, oh, man, this guy is not as ready as we thought. There's a lot to work on. Too bad. You have to make it work. Do you guys think that there could be any truth to that maybe KOC wanted to go the veteran quarterback route but was vetoed out?
Yeah. Well, if it is true, it goes against the narrative that Kwesi doesn't run personnel. If it is true, then Kwesi's the boss. And in that dynamic, Kwesi is general manager. He is in charge of personnel. He's going to buy the groceries. KOC, it's up to you to cook them. Now, if you are a master chef, you can take some bad ingredients and you can make them work and you can figure things around it. So he might be mad, but he also might be getting exposed. We can't give you a bulletproof roster. And yeah, you are the QB whisperer. Yeah, you're the QB whisperer. Go ahead and whisper. All the kid needed to be, like he says, 18th to 20th best quarterback. Weren't expecting him to be Jaden Daniels in his rookie season. Just expecting him to be mediocre, and we were going to go places. And we expected KOC to get him there because that's how he was built.
What do you think, Cody? Do you think maybe he was forced in J.J. McCarthy, or do you think no, he had the confidence in him and it just didn't work out and he's trying to distance himself?
I think he was forced into it, and I'm only saying this because there was a certain someone during the offseason in which KOC never denied about, hey, we aren't looking at him. They were looking at him, and the reports kept coming in and coming in and coming in. It's Aaron Rodgers. During those interviews, he never denied, hey, we're not signing Aaron Rodgers the entire time. It was talked about, yeah, we are looking into it. We are looking into it. It just he couldn't pull the trigger because he can't pull the trigger. It's Kwesi who is the one pulling the trigger on that, I think. And with that resulting, he's throwing it back in the face of Kwesi right now. We should have signed Aaron Rodgers. He wanted to be here. I wanted him here, right? You can't go out there and be like, yeah, Kwesi said I can't get Aaron Rodgers. We're not taking Aaron Rodgers. We're not taking Aaron Rodgers. He said it's still on the table. It's always been on, and it was dragged on forever. Why was it dragged on for so long? You know, until, hey, finally it came out. J.J. McCarthy starting quarterback. Aaron Rodgers stopped waiting. He went to Pittsburgh.
I mean, yeah, that's interesting. We always thought that, you know, KOC and JJ, they were tied at the hip, and that's exactly what KOC wanted. And maybe it was. And that could be true, but there is this other side where he could be forced into it. It's like, no, we took this guy. We're saving money on him. We spent money on these other players. You need to make this work. You're the quarterback. You did this with Sam Darnold. You made Josh Dobbs look good. You can make JJ McCarthy work.
And maybe Kwesi saying, hey, I'm the boss. This kumbaya shit, it ultimately comes down to me. I'm the boss.
Yeah.
And this is what it's going to be.
You could have had Aaron Rodgers for like 12 to 14 million, but he goes signs for 16 in Pittsburgh.
I get it. It was a bad decision by the boss.
Yes.
Yeah, it seems like the KOC Kwesi relationship is kind of souring. Like, you used to see them always together and taking pictures together, being at Timberwolves games together, you know, having a good time together. You really don't see that anymore.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be kind of funny watching draft and those videos. Like, do we see the Kwesi or the KOC? Ooh, you did what? It's more like, you did what?
All right. So, Cody, you got a call for us this week?
Yes, I do got to call it. We were just talking about Justin Jefferson, right? And my call it for this week is Justin Jefferson will have his first 100-yard game in over 8 weeks this Sunday, right? In 8 weeks. It's been 8 weeks since he had his 100-yard game. And it's going up against Washington. I'm going to tell you why. They're the 6th worst in completion percentage. They're the worst in yards per attempt at 8.7 yards. They're 2nd worst in yards given up, right? They're at the 2nd worst QB rate. They've given up 42 20-plus yards plays. They've given up the 11 40-plus yard plays, which is tied for the worst. I think this is the game Justin Jefferson makes right, and he's happy again. And I also think J.J. McCarthy might have the best game of his career in this game. And if he doesn't, we might need to start blowing the wind on those sails on the J.J. McCarthy train.
Well, damn, Cody. That just took away half of my hot take for later.
Oh, shit.
So I'm going to buy that. I do think Justin Jefferson's going to go for over 100 yards in this game. And now by me saying that, I feel less confident that he's going to go for 100 yards in this game. I've been on a bit of a cold streak. But, yeah, I think he's getting 100. What do you think, Fish?
I don't think it's him that's getting the 100 yards. I think it's Naylor.
Has Naylor ever had 100 yards?
Yep, one game.
I know I predicted it once, but
he had the 112-yard game in that touchdown in the back of the end zone.
Was that last year?
No, this year. It was also a 7.
Year?
Yeah, with J.J. McCarthy, actually.
So Fish says no, I say yes. And with that, we got the Commanders this week. Yay. The 3-9 Commanders against the 4-8 Vikings. Commanders took a 27-26 loss to the Broncos last week, which was a pretty thrilling game. Commanders ended up going for a 2-point conversion at the end to try to win it, but the ball was batted down, the Mariota pass, so they took the loss in that game. Commanders, like us, they have come into the season with very high expectations, but have fallen tremendously. They've been battling a lot of injuries. Jaden Daniels has missed a lot of games. Terry McLaurin has missed a lot of games. Austin Eckler went out early in the season. I think he tore his knee. So they've been dealing with some injuries themselves. Kind of, we have to, but also we've just been dealing with a young quarterback who wasn't ready. Minnesota and Washington have faced each other 28 times, with 5 of those being in the postseason. Vikings lead the all-time series 15-13, and the Vikings have won 5 of the last 6 meetings. The last time we played was in 2022, where the Vikings beat the Commanders 20-17. That was a game where the referee took out Cam Bynum when he was going for an interception.
And Deron Payne about murdered Kirk Cousins.
And Deron Payne about murdered Kirk Cousins. So basically, both teams are pretty much out of the playoff picture, and this is about pride. And you could argue that both teams would be better off losing this game. Vikings, last I saw, are 2.5-point favorites at home, which basically makes them a 0.5-point dog, right? Because you get 3 points for being the home team.
Yeah, 0.5-point dog.
So let me we do got some enemies to Skol with, and we'll get them on here in a second, but I do got 2 trivia questions for you guys.
It's my favorite time of the show.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have put more into this because I only got 2. But the first one is, what Vikings quarterback had the best performance of any Viking quarterback against Washington by throwing for 304 yards and 4 touchdowns?
Dante Culpepper.
Wade Wilson.
Case Keenum.
Oh,
Loaded.
yeah.
I mean, come on, guys. I expected one of you to get that. Okay, and the next one I got, you guys are going to be working together on this. And I'm actually going to ask the chat to not yell out anything on this one. Let these two work. I'm only going to give them like 20 seconds, but you guys are working together on this. So, 10 quarterbacks have played for both the Vikings and Washington. Can you guys name at least 8?
Donovan McNabb.
1.
Donovan McNabb.
McNabb and Cousins.
Jeff George.
It's 3.
Come on. Brett Bollinger. Gus Frerotte. There it is.
4.
All right, 4. All right, we're almost there. Teddy Bridgewater play for him?
No.
No. Case Keenum?
There you go. I mean, I just mentioned him.
At 5?
You're at 5. I'm going to give you 10 seconds.
How many more we need? 3? Did Randall Cunningham ever play for the Redskins?
Yeah, Randall Cunningham.
Yes.
No.
No?
No.
He played the Eagles and Vikings and then the Ravens, I think. Yeah.
So,
Go Cap.
Rich Gannon was one of them. Taylor Heineke was one of them.
Preseason.
Carson Wentz was the other one.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
And you guys missed Brad Johnson.
Oh my God. That is way too easy. Oh man.
I'm so far removed from that Jim Harbaugh answer these days. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I when I saw how many quarterbacks have played for both teams, I was like, how am I going to do this? So I was like, I'm going to let them do it together.
I got a good one. Which Hall of Famer was drafted by the Redskins and then moved on to the Vikings?
Paul Krause.
Paul Krause, yeah.
I was going to use him as a thing too, but I didn't. And then I was going to try to do also a running back one to make you think Adrian Peterson, but it was going to be Terry Allen.
Oh yeah.
But I just didn't have time to get into it. But with that, let's go ahead and bring on our enemies from the In Command podcast. What's up, Steve?
What up?
What's up, guys? I think Dev and Phil are in here too.
Yeah, they're in here. I'll get him in.
Thanks for having us, man. Yeah, it was funny going through all those little trivia questions you were just doing. I was like,
I'm over here like, I know.
No one said Sam Howell, bro.
Oh, Sam Howell's another one.
Yeah,
This is funny because I did the same thing with the Seahawks last week, and they said Sam Howell. I was like, I'm not considering Sam Howell. Sam Howell didn't play a snap with us.
Oh yeah.
That's the only reason. All these guys at least played a regular season snap with both teams.
he played too many snaps for us, so we know.
Yeah, Brad.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I felt like Sam Howell. I mean, I know he had like a lot of interceptions and sacks, but I felt like Sam Howell looked like a decent quarterback with you guys for the team that you guys
bought the
were
jersey.
At that time.
I was convinced. I had bought the jersey, man.
I mean, I would
sold.
take him over Taylor Heineke, any day of
Brad
the week,
Johnson.
Sunday.
Brad Johnson was an easy layup because I think he went from the Redskins, he went from the Vikings, Redskins to the Buccaneers, and
He's the one that got away. He's the one that got away from us.
Let me tell you something. Those who know the whole Dan Snyder debacle where he brought in Jeff George because he wanted a fun quarterback instead of a quarterback who took us to
What
the
about
NFC
Jeff George? That's
Championship.
fun.
Huh?
Oh,
What
Jeff
about
George is tons of fun, bro. I mean, you're not gonna win a lot.
Yeah, for the interviewers.
I will not tolerate any Jeff George slander.
That man was just
I
sling
will
that thing down
slander
the
Jeff
field.
George. He came here, completely wrecked things.
He's got the attitude of a coach.
Brad Johnson took us to within a botched field goal snap of the NFC Championship against a Rams team, greatest show on turf, that we actually matched up better against than any other team in the league at the time. And yeah, I wanted Brad Johnson to be my quarterback for the next 10 years.
Yeah,
after
Jeff George is the worst guy ever to have on your team.
Hey, Jeff George can spin that thing, all right?
He can. He's like Jay Cutler. He's like Timu Jay Cutler, man. He's like
Hey, what was crazy about the whole Brad Johnson thing was like that we ended up getting a first rounder from you guys at that time. I don't think a quarterback, like Brad Johnson would command a first round pick these days. And we ended up having that, what was it, like the 11th pick overall after we went 15-1, and then we took Dante Culpepper with that.
Yeah,
I like him too, though.
Believe me, though, we loved Brad Johnson here. He did a lot for us in the short time.
Brad was good.
He threw for 4K when throwing for 4K wasn't cool, and back in the day, he did that for Washington.
Well, it was more than cool.
I bet y'all wish y'all had Brad Johnson now.
I bet you all wish you had Brad Johnson right now. He's in that 3-9.
Yeah,
Brad Johnson can back up Jaden Daniels any day.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
I'm not going that
right
far.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, at this age,
Mariota actually can operate this offense. He just can't do it when he's throwing to his 5th, 6th, and 7th receivers that are starting. Yeah, that's been our problem. You touched on it earlier with injuries. Injuries has been a big part of the issue because there's been guys going out, guys coming in. There's continuity issues with that. We were going into games, all our top 3 receivers all out. Yeah. So you're literally starting number 4, 5, and 6.
Who's considered a top receiver for the Commanders if it's not McLaurin or Debo?
Exactly.
Well, the other one was Noah Brown.
Chris Moore.
That's not a top receiver.
He was wide receiver 3.
He was number 3.
I would love to see Daniels with Jettas and Addison, bro. Oh my God, I would love to see that. I mean, instead I get to see JJ McCarthy. I guess
I mean, you would like to see McLaurin and Debo. I don't think you've seen that, have you?
We ain't seen it. Yeah, we like.
That's what I'm saying.
We'd like to lodge a formal complaint with Skol Nation. What y'all have done at the quarterback position this year has completely ruined 3 of my fantasy teams because Justin Jefferson just ain't putting up the numbers that he was before.
And I got Addison on a couple teams.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not happy about this.
I got him too. I got him in one too.
Hawkinson's doing okay. He's doing okay.
You actually have to consider sitting Justin Jefferson this week.
Yeah,
I traded Justin Jefferson away in one of the leagues because I was like, and I tried to. Hawkinson as part of the trade because I needed a tight end, and here's the worst part.
I'm sorry.
I picked up Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt because I needed a running back, and that's right before he just fell off the cliff, and I was like.
AJ gets $200 this week. Watch.
I thought when y'all got Hawkinson, I thought that was when y'all got Hawkinson because he looked good when he was with the Bears or Lions. Was the Lions he was with?
Lions.
I thought he was.
He looked good the first season with us.
Yeah. Then he got hurt, right? He got hurt that year in the playoffs.
Joseph took out his knee.
Yeah, Kurt basically threw him a fucking.
By the way, you mentioned the last time we played was that 20-17 loss we took to y'all back in 2022. Steve and I were at that game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were at that one.
And you guys were winning at the end, right? If I remember correctly, I think we had like a last minute drive to get the touchdown to take the lead.
Yeah, which you should have.
Y'all remember the RG3 run? That was a good day.
Yeah, that was back in the day.
Oh my God.
This was back during Heineke season.
Lions 30, Cowboys 27, Cowboys ball.
That came back.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Ooh, that +3 Dallas Cowboys looking good.
I got
the Cowboys ball. They just scored.
Wow. I've been not paying attention. It's right here in my face.
So you guys went like 20 years without a playoff win, and then all of a sudden last year with a rookie quarterback, you guys go 12-5 and get 2 playoff wins. What was that ride like?
I mean, it was crazy, man. It was definitely, people got a little too excited, which is fine. You got to understand, we've been in quarterback misery since we had that 1 year of RG3.
Bro,
before that,
we hadn't won more than 10 games in a season since 1991.
Yeah, our owner just ran this team franchise into the ground, and so it was great, man. We were on cloud nine. We beat the Lions in the the divisionals, and got our asses trounced by the Eagles 55-23. So it was a good run for us, man. We were just happy to be there. At some point, personally, I was like, this is house money, man. So you just got to win the whole damn thing, like in they say in Major League, just win the whole damn thing. So we just went into the playoffs with an open mind. We beat Tampa Bay, who was supposed to beat us. We beat Detroit, who was supposed to beat us, and then Philly finally took it too. So it was great, man. It was a good time.
Yeah, Fish loved that. You guys beat the Lions. He thanks you guys for that.
Yeah, they were battered by injuries too, but we took full advantage of it because that's what you got to do.
Fans weren't making up excuses. They were like, next man up. We're going to win. It don't matter. We're unstoppable.
Goff is Goffing this year, so
Hey, how you guys feeling about? I know RG3 had a hell of a rookie year, right?
Yeah.
And then you watch Jaden Daniels in his second year go down with that elbow injury. Are you concerned that history could repeat itself going forward?
Nah, not at all.
No, that elbow injury, it was on a non-throwing elbow. It was a clean dislocation, so there was no ligament damage, no tendon damage, no nothing. I was more concerned with the leg injury he had earlier this year, because I was like, oh, here we go. But it wasn't
hip drop, which is a hip drop tackle, by the way.
Yeah, it was on hip drop tackle. One of 3 in that game that didn't get called. But nonetheless, I wasn't worried about that because I think Jaden wants to play. Both Jaden, RG3, both were the type of guys they wanted to play. But I don't think Jaden has the ego about it. And maybe some of that's because he knows he's secure in his position. I don't think RG3 felt secure because we had also drafted Kirk Cousins that year. So I think RG3 always felt like he had to be out there performing because this kid behind me is pretty good. And he's a rookie, and he might take my job because in the one game he came in and started that year, Kirk Cousins threw for over 300 yards.
Mr. Brownies, yeah.
So I don't have the same concerns about Jaden physically or mentally or emotionally that I developed about RG3. I think Jaden's got really good people around him. His mother.
Well, for one, you got a different coach who didn't throw him back out there after he got injured.
Right.
I will say this: that wasn't all on Shanahan. Shanahan turned around and RG3's running on the field.
I don't give a damn. You're the coach, brother. You could take that guy out.
The owner forced
the helmet, dog.
Snyder kind of forced that one too. Snyder was basically like, "You don't take him out until."
This is the first time I've heard Shanahan protected on that.
Yeah, no one like Shanahan, by the way.
I'll be honest with you. The whole RG3 thing, everybody involved for his entire career trajectory just falling off, everybody involved deserves a slice of the blame. No one person shoulders all of it. I mean, I can even put some of this on Adidas because
all in for week 1.
Before he even had surgery, they're doing the all in for week 1 campaign. And they're like, yeah, we're spending millions of dollars on this ad campaign of Jeremy back by week 1, and he should not have been back by week 1 the following year.
Yeah,
didn't take a single snap in the preseason. Came out, RG3's like, I'm going to be a drop back quarterback. His dad's like, yeah, he should be like Peyton Manning, and all us fans are like, no, you shouldn't. So, and Shanahan,
like Peyton Hill,
should have taken a stronger hand in control of the situation. Snyder was meddling on that one because RG3 was his investment. And everybody involved needs to take some of the blame for that one. There's no one single person that you can point to and like, it's your fault. No, it's all y'all screwed up. Every single one of you. Now RG3 just tries to ingratiate himself into the fan base by basically interjecting himself into every conversation about this team possible. And people are kind of tired of that from him.
So Steve, did you guys have expectations, of winning the division, being a playoff team this year after that 12-win season, or did you think it was kind of fluky?
No, I mean, I think we were going to be fighting Philly for it, early on. We had pretty much the same team coming back. We signed a lot of guys to 1-year deals. So the team was, Jaden was way ahead of development. So this team went all in. We signed a bunch of old heads. We were the oldest team in the NFL. And it truly showed because it really lacked depth being the slowest team in the NFL. But we signed a lot of dudes for 1-year deals. So they were all in. And when you go all in, you expect to be, coming off an NFC Championship game. We kind of expected to get back there again. And then we lost both starting cornerbacks. We lost both starting defensive ends. We lost our starting running back. We lost starting wide receiver 1. You lost wide receiver 3. You lost your quarterback. It was just really hard to overcome all that stuff. So, but yes, fully expected to be back competing with Philly for the division.
We had a hurt quarterback, running back, and receiver after week 2. None of them started. Literally,
we lost by week 4. We were down both of our starting edge rushers too.
Yeah.
It's been a mess. And guys who we brought back haven't performed like they did last year. Like Frankie Louvu is not playing the way Frankie Louvu did last year. Bobby Wagner's finally starting to show age. Like, Marshawn Lattimore he took a lot more heat than I think he should have, but he was terrible this year nonetheless. But he wasn't the only one. Mikey Samer still has regressed at corner. It's just been like guys either played over their head last year or what, but it's just been it's again been a series of cascading failures. I thought we were going to be a wild card.
Jonathan Allen back.
We call him Gangster Jonathan Allen, and he's from this area. He's like 15 miles from where I am, and like him as a guy. Cool to watch on Twitch playing video games, but good. Good on the defensive tackle side of John Allen.
Yeah,
his
we got
mediocre pregame speeches. Yeah, we good.
So Cody, when you saw that we had the Commanders on the schedule during the off season, what were your feelings about that compared to how they are right now?
Oh, I was excited for it. I think we played every single first-round rookie quarterback from that 2024 class outside of Bo Nix. So this is another game, and I was excited to match J.J. McCarthy up to Daniels, and just like I was excited to watch him against Caleb Williams. I really wanted to see this thing, and watching Daniels, I think he's coming back this week. Is he going to be playing?
He's a full participant in practice as of today. They have not said whether he's starting or not, but
okay. I hope he starts because I'm excited. I want to see them two line up against each other and play each other. It's just something to just the base where McCarthy's at right now. He's right now. It's the universal meme of ass. That's how it is right now. But I would like to see him show improvements. And if he could show improvements while beating Janie Daniels, it makes me more excited. So I love the matchup right now against these two guys, especially against your defense and our struggling offense versus our really good defense against your offense that is kind of healthy right now with McLaurin and if Jaden Daniels does start. So I'm as excited as I was at the offseason. I can't lie.
What did you think about this game when you saw it on the schedule, Fish?
Like Cody, I was excited too because I wanted to see how Brian Flores would match up against Jaden Daniels. What I had picked up on and why I thought that the Washington was going to be a bad matchup for the Lions was I saw that Jaden Daniels had good pre-snap reads and he got to the hot route quickly. And that's what he did in the divisional round when he just blistered them when they blitzed. He got rid of the ball real quick. And so Brian Flores, when he plays against young quarterbacks, he likes to put pressure on them to try to make them make mistakes. And I thought this kid might be the one that makes him look stupid for doing it. He might be able to get the ball out. And I really wanted to see that because he's good at, Brian Flores is good at confusing a young quarterback, but this kid looked like he could make the right reads and get rid of the ball fast. And I thought it'd be a hell of a matchup.
What about you, Dev? When you saw the Vikings were on your schedule during the offseason, what were your thoughts about that game?
Dev.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, no, during the offseason when you saw the Commander schedule and you saw the Vikings on it, you're going to be playing against the Vikings late in the season in Minnesota. What were your thoughts?
Easy win. Nah, I was joking.
No, if that's what it is,
Here
that's what
we
it
go.
is. Hey,
God,
That's
that's
no. That's
I got
no.
our pre-draft. I got our preseason records, and I'll tell you that
3-9's not a any no game's an easy win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, I have zero faith in JJ though. Handoff merchant. I don't trust him to do anything. Like now,
He had Robbie Nolan.
is he gonna play?
No, he's our regulars. He's a Vikings fan. He's in here. He hates on him for being a handoff merchant too.
Oh, I thought he was the backup quarterback. I was like, who's that guy? I was like,
He could be at this point.
yeah. I mean, you know, that's the only reason I think we'll beat you guys is because of him. I don't believe that guy is good. On the flip side, though, we have been known to make guys look like Joe Montana. So
many times.
You know,
Steve, I'm interested in what you got written down for this game.
So we did our predictions. Now this was right after you go from 90 to 53, and that's when we did it. We haven't gone back to visit, but I had a win, Dev had a win, and Phil had a loss for our week 14 for us. So, and clearly our records were 11-6, 13-4, and 12-5. So we were way too optimistic when you look at it game by game, and clearly, none of this was true. So, yeah, that's how we had it preseason. At least win
what
loss. So
was your guys' predictions of your team?
I got ours. Cody had a win. I had a win. Fish had a loss.
Fish
and Phil going against each other. Their own.
I took you for a 17-0 guy. Fish.
No, Fish had a.
I'm just kidding.
No, Fish was a 11-6 guy.
Okay,
that was what I was.
So was I. That was a good pick. So
when I looked at our home schedule, Steve, I said, I actually had a hot take prediction that we would be sub 500 at home and still win the division.
Yeah, it's kind of a wash season for both of us. At this point, finish the season healthy, posture for a draft pick. I guess mathematically there is still like a 2% chance we could make it if everyone. And then our last 2%.
It's less than 2%.
Our last 4 games are in the division. So we have New York, Philly, Dallas, Philly, and then they're going to beat up each other on the way out. So it's stupid. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying mathematically it's.
So you're mathematically still win your division. I don't even know what the Eagles' record is right now.
Same as Dallas, I think, right? It's same as Dallas.
8-4.
8-4, yeah,
something like that.
Okay, so mathematically, yes, you can.
Yeah, I also saw where it was impossible for the Bears to win. They had like a 90% chance of losing, but somehow the Giants enabled them to win, and then the team they played the following week somehow enabled them to win. With like a minute left. But hey, crazier things have happened. I'm not getting my hopes up.
Now, with that being said, do you guys want to win this game?
Yeah, if we didn't have a franchise quarterback or someone we think is a franchise, Jaden Daniels, then I would lose out and try to get whoever the number one. But I feel like in this case, a top 10 pick is just as good. We're gonna need a pass rusher or a receiver, dog, and I feel like you can get a starting one, first day starter anywhere in that first lottery, so to say, part of the draft. If we didn't have a franchise, if this was last year when we did not have a franchise quarterback, like in 2022 or whatever, after Howe's year, then I would be like, lose out, bro. Do not win any of these games, man. Play Hart, whatever his name is, that guy from Notre Dame that's trash.
Same Hart.
Pretty guy.
Cody's favorite.
Yeah, that's every woman's favorite. No offense, Cody, I didn't call you a woman, but I'm saying
no, it ain't my favorite. I tell you that. We got a same.
You guys happy
with Steve? You look like you're a little more on the fence about that. Do you want to win or lose question?
So yeah, I mean, I'm not saying for tanking, but listen, if Jaden's playing, yes, I want to win because we've had a loss. This is a lost season, so you need the momentum going into the end of the season. So you need the reps. If he's healthy, you play him. But that being said,
win the game.
That being said, if we lose, hey, we're picking 6th. I ain't gonna be too mad if that continues to rise up. So, but yeah, if Jaden's starting, I do want to win just for his own morale, and he needs the reps. So,
But
real quick, I want to ask you guys a question.
Never root for the tank.
You guys last year, or in 2024, the Vikings traded up with the Jets to get McCarthy. And I think the Jets got like Fashanu right after, and then Bo Nix was right there at 12. You guys ever look like, oh, Bo Nix was right there? Does that ever cross your mind? Okay. I just wanted to ask you guys that because I know they're like right. It was like 12 and 14 or 11 and 13 somewhere. I don't know the exact numbers.
The guy
in the spirit of Robbie Nolan, I will say, Brock Bowers was right there.
Yeah.
Brock.
The guy we wanted. I think we we're gonna send 3 first-round picks. It was Drake May. We wanted Drake May. KOC wanted Drake May. And they said no to our 3 first round.
I remember that. Okay.
And so then we got McCarthy was second in line. But there's a lot of talk around saying when we drafted McCarthy, KOC knew he wasn't ready to play yet for these 2 years.
Right. So why wouldn't you keep Sam Darnold? That's what I'm trying to say. It didn't make sense.
Hey, check it out. Because we knew what we were going to get with Sam Darnold. This team has been to 4 Super Bowls, hasn't won a single one of them. We know we're getting with Sam Darnold. We're getting a playoff probably, and then an exit. We're not getting a Super Bowl. So you had to have taken a chance at a rookie quarterback. And this is our first top 10 rookie quarterback in franchise history. So we had to have taken that chance.
You get 5 years.
Yeah.
You get 5 years too.
I would have.
No, you do. But the thing with Sam Darnold was we did want to bring him back this year, and we made a similar offer that the Seahawks made, except the Seahawks had more years on it. Yeah. But the Seahawks, they only guaranteed one of those 3 years. So technically it was the same deal. The Vikings offered him the $30 million for 1 season, but they were not going to offer him a long-term deal when they just drafted a quarterback number 10 overall. Like eventually that guy's got to play.
Mm-hmm. And with him being
they did want to bring him back this year. They did, and they did try. And they also offered Daniel Jones more money than the Colts offered him. But Daniel Jones I probably got a better chance beating out Anthony Richardson.
Right. Yeah, I could beat out Anthony Richardson. That guy.
Right.
Well, Darnold getting more years, he has a chance to extend off those years if he plays well his first year to gain more money also.
They did try to keep him.
I am curious about something that Fish said earlier. Fish, you said you had a hot take that the Vikings would still be in the playoffs but have a losing record at home.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a particular reason why you don't have faith in the team to win at home? I don't.
Have you seen our home schedule this year?
Yeah, it's rough.
I haven't gone that deep into it.
We had Baltimore at home, you guys at home, which I predicted to be a loss. Let's see.
You had the Eagles.
Eagles.
Oh, so it was a matter of the record. It was a matter of who you were playing. I thought
exactly. It was a murder schedule.
I thought it was one of the things where it's just like you guys.
You don't want to say Lions, but Lions.
Yeah. Is it going to snow in Minnesota?
It's a dome.
Oh hell.
It's snowing right now, but it won't affect the game.
I got a dome.
It's a beautiful stadium, actually.
I predicted the sweep against the Lions, but yeah. So yeah, it was just murderous who we were playing. About the Lions, I predicted them to be a 7-win team this year because everybody we were playing at home, those murders, they had to play away.
I was just curious if that was a schedule thing or if that was the Vikings don't play well at home thing. And
that was an opponent thing. It was just too much.
Because I said, I was like, damn, how you not play well in that stadium? And it's beautiful looking. It's indoors.
To answer your question, this year we don't. But it's pretty good home field advantage.
That's what I thought. That's why I was just curious. I thought that was I was like, oh. I didn't know. Maybe it's just had a string lately of just not playing well. Okay, that makes sense now. That just caught my attention myself because we have a love to hate our home thing here in our fan base. So, with Northwest Stadium. Actually, we'll say this. I'm fine with Northwest Stadium. I hated FedEx. It's the same stadium, but with a lot less money put into it. Our new owners put 75 million? Steve?
Yeah, 75 million.
$75 million in renovations.
We're leaving in a couple of years. They wanted to make it nice.
Building it where FedEx Field was or no?
RFK used to be. RFK Stadium, where we won all the Super Bowls out of. Yeah.
Reagan's and the Hogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Were any of you guys alive and cognizant of the 87 year? Because
Yes.
42-10 Broncos.
Nah, he's talking about the NFC Championship game
Yeah, but
at RFK against the Vikings. See,
Yeah, Fish got that one wrong.
It's funny. It is funny that you brought that up. That these two teams do have a storied history too. Like I said, they have an all-time record. Vikings currently hold lead 15-13 head to head. We played each other a bunch of times in the playoffs. You know, there's we faced the Vikings a couple years before that on our run to the Super Bowl in '82 as well. We played the Vikings in the playoffs a couple times in the '70s. So we have a history with this, a long-standing history with the Vikings. It's very interesting. So but it's funny because I don't look at you guys as rivals the way I look at like the Eagles or the Cowboys. But it's like, it's one of those things where it's kind of, you kind of stare across a time zone and a half and you just go, all right, you guys, we'll see you. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you.
Steve.
I always had a respect for y'all's organization. Vikings have a tremendous history. Have any of you all seen SB Nation or down Secret Base? Did a 4-part series on the history of the Minnesota Vikings?
No.
You should watch it. That should be required watching for any Vikings fan. Y'all have something like the 5th best record of the entire Super Bowl era.
Oh, don't.
So you're gonna tell us stuff we already know. We don't need that documentary. We've lived it.
It really gets into some like nitty gritty stories, stuff you probably may have never heard before about players interacting with coaches, things like that. It's really good. It's probably about 5-6 hours total. So
I had a Ahmad Rashad there. Was Ahmad Rashad a Minnesota Viking guy?
Oh yeah,
he was.
I remember that guy, man. On Tecmo.
Yeah. Like I said, because I know one of the things y'all want is like, you see the Vikings, what'd you think? I'm like, oh, there's a that's a team that I never expect us in any capacity, because the Vikings are always consistently able, even if they're having a bad season, they're usually built to fight. You'll never get an easy win on the Vikings. You got to earn that. Most teams have to earn it.
So we heard Fish's story. What is Keith and Cody? Are you guys from Minnesota? Or you live there?
So I'm the closest one from Minnesota. I'm about 2.5 hours from Minnesota. Not in the Army station in Missouri. I've been out of Iowa. But yeah, I remember my dad had season tickets going to games. I've been to a lot of games. I was once undefeated until I went to a game with Keith. Just kidding. But yeah, big Vikings fan. I remember watching my dad. I was 7 years old. Yeah, 7. It was 98. Watching him scream at the TV. He threw a beer can at it, I think. And then I think when a field goal was missed wide right, he ripped the armrest off his lazy boy, and that's I knew. You know what? I'm a Minnesota Viking fan. From
Are you a Minnesota sports fan? I see Garnett.
I am a Minnesota sports fan. I'm a Timberwolves fan.
Gophers,
Twins. Not a Gophers fan. I'm a Hawkeyes fan because I'm from Iowa, so I got to watch my team. It's close.
I had an uncle at coach there, man.
Yeah, we're good at defense, but yeah, I'm a big Minnesota fan. I just now started following hockey since the Stars left Minnesota. I'm watching the Wild. We're doing pretty good this year. Keith, I need to get him to teach me up on some hockey because he's a big Kings fan. So, yeah, a big Minnesota fan. I know the heartbreak. I know it's been 12,563 days since we've been to a championship game. So, it's been quite the ride.
Yeah.
So, Keith, you grew up a Vikings fan?
Yeah, I was born a Vikings fan just because my dad was a Vikings fan, and it's the stupidest story in the world. When my dad was like in middle school, he was on a flag football team, and his team name was the Vikings. So he decided the Vikings would be his team. And now because of that, I'm burdened with this.
That's how it goes, man.
So, yeah.
Like there's California teams that have won Super Bowls, and why not, Dad?
You're in California?
Yeah.
Man.
So,
yeah, you got a lot of choices. Me and Fish here, we're Kentucky boys, man. We don't we can kind of just pick our team from anywhere. You know, we don't have a sports team in any. We don't have a sports team in any sport. You know what I'm saying? So we're good.
Steve and I are DMV natives, so we're kind of just born into it. I was born, like I always tell people, I was born into it in ways that I always point out that's like one of the first names I could say as a little child was Art Monk.
Art Monk was great.
Yeah, but I'm talking about I'm like 2 years old. I knew who Art Monk was. I didn't know anything else. I knew who Art Monk was. Now, first of all, it's also because it's 2 syllables. It's real easy for a 2-year-old to grasp. But like I knew Art Monk, and I was telling him, I'm like, I think when you're 2 years old, that's one of the first names you can remember.
Is his name short for author, by the way?
Yes, it is.
I've never known that. Like
James Arthur Monk.
Yeah, seems weird. James Monk sounds cooler.
It was a different time, Dev.
I don't even know what Arthur is, the cartoon character. What is that animal, by the way? Is that a? I don't even know what that.
Sorry, guys. This is what Dev does.
This is what Dev does on our pod too. Just so you know, y'all getting the same treatment we get.
Nobody knows.
I don't know what Arthur is.
No one does. Like, what's Grimace, man? That's weird. That's just a weird dude. Like, what is Grimace?
He's a Grimace.
Yeah,
he's the precursor to Barney.
I guess.
True. Big purple guy.
So Steve, if you were coaching against the Washington Commanders, what would be your game plan to beat them?
If I was a coach against the Washington Commanders, it would be based on what we've done in the past 7-8 weeks, because we had the quarterback woes. I would say load the box and make the passing game beat you, because that's what everyone has done since Jaden Daniels been out, and it has been impossible to overcome. That's why we've lost 7 in a row, because these teams just stack the box, and we didn't have Terry for most of that time too. So stack the box, make the passing game beat you, take away the run game, and that's it. We started to run the ball very well last week. That's the only reason why I think it was a really close game with the Broncos, because we ran the ball very well against one of the top running defenses in the NFL too. So, but I still think that's a good game plan to hold the Commanders, is make the passing game beat you, because I just feel Jaden's coming back. He's probably gonna be rusty. Terry's coming back. He looks pretty good, but yeah, I'd say control the run and make the passing game beat you. That's what I would do. And if I was an offensive coach, for someone who played against us, I would just attack the corners. Our defense is very weak. Like Phil said earlier, we've lost our starting cornerbacks, Amos and Lattimore. We lost our starting defensive edge rushers with Dorrance Armstrong and I forget the other guy, Wise. So I would have the receivers attack the cornerback, because Bobby Wagner, old as dirt, can't cover for his life. So attack the cornerbacks. That's what I would do.
Saints Row? We attack Saints Row?
I love Sanders still. Had a great rookie season. Struggled. He's been getting abused all year long. I don't know what it is.
A little bit better because he's no longer playing the slot. Who played
with Saints Row that's on our team?
What's that?
Michigan?
Yeah.
Oh, who played with? Who's a Michigan guy on
JJ McCarthy?
Yeah, that's right.
He probably handed it up to him. He might have handed it up to him because
I'm sitting there. I'm like,
Sanders still played 2 ways.
The other corner was for Michigan. I was like, oh, JJ.
Yeah, I was thinking
Sanders still play receiver or slot or running back or something in college.
I mean, I know Phil was all like, Metellus is a little too old. Who?
Yeah. It's quite possible.
So, Cody, what do you think about the Vikings' ability to orchestrate that game plan, stacking the box, stopping the run game, and making the Commanders pass? And if they are effectively able to do that, how do you feel about our ability to stop a pass game?
We never stack the box, so that's completely out of the question. I think what we're going to try to do is, you guys have Jaden Daniels coming back. I'm pretty sure he's going to come back this week on Sunday. Yeah. And what Flores likes to do on how he confuses young quarterbacks, he likes to put 7 across the line instead of loading the box, and dudes will drop back, and that's what confuses the quarterback off their reads. And I know Jaden Daniels is really good off that first attempt off the ball. I think I feel good playing against Jaden Daniels with B. Flow as my defensive coordinator, just because the way we run our defensive scheme against young quarterbacks. Not a single young quarterback has been able to completely be effective against it. And even the top quarterbacks haven't been effective against it. I think there's one quarterback this year, and it was Jalen Hurts. He was effective against it because they were just moon balls. Just launch it and hopefully AJ Brown comes down with it and runs it for 74 yards. So I think we got a good chance against y'all. And I the game plan, I don't want the load in the box thing. Run it on us with McCory Crossett, the fantasy savior. Use who's your other running back?
Chris Rodriguez and
I like Chris Rodriguez more than any of your running backs.
Exactly,
That's what I'd be worried about. So
you got a top 5 pass defense.
I love Jeremy McNichols. That guy, whenever he touches the ball, things happen. But he's a third down back.
Your run defense is bottom of the league, but your pass defense is top. I believe it's top 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the math is pretty simple to me.
Well, buddy, it's top 5 because people are able to run on us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
Except Saquon.
So, Fish, what would you say is the key to beating the Vikings if you were coaching against them?
All right, well, it's obvious. Pressure on J.J. McCarthy. The offensive line, for most of the time, except for maybe against like the Lions, hasn't really set up the protection well for him. Pressure on him and make him try to throw rocket balls. That's when that's if you keep him in the pocket and put pressure on him, he's going to make mistakes.
Phil, how's your guys' pass rush?
Terrible. It's terrible because the guys who are generating pass rush, for the most part, are all hurt. I will say this. So we do have one defensive end, Jacob Martin, who was an undrafted free agent, I believe. He has come on pretty strong. Like, that guy just makes things happen. But you can't count on one man to be a one-man wrecking crew. So, yeah, our pass rush it's just not very good because Von Miller is probably our other top pass rusher, which, a couple years ago would have been great. But Vaughn was brought in to be a situational guy, and now he's having to play every down. And that's not who he is anymore. So that's also, causing him to be less effective because he's in a position where he can't be more effective. Yeah.
Put it this way, Dorrance Armstrong, the guy we lost him at week 7, and he's still our leading sack on the team at 5.5. So that just shows you how bad we are at rushing.
And we were so mad too because Dorrance was coming on big time. Like this guy's gonna be good.
Yeah. So
happens with everything else. We can't have nice things around here.
Yeah. Not for us.
All right, guys. So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to do our low-key players. And what we want you guys to do, we're going to lead off with you, Phil, is give us a player that Minnesota Vikings fans maybe haven't heard of that we should be watching for their name to flash across the screen. They might be a little bit of a difference maker in the game.
I am going to shock our entire fan base when I say this. We have a linebacker named Jordan McGee.
What? Go ahead. Continue.
Who is getting a lot of playing time now. And a lot of people are excited about him. They think he's a playmaker. I think he still has a lot of liabilities that need to be worked on, but he's somebody that the fan base is very excited about because, of the, potential talent. So that's a guy, that's a name that no one's mentioned yet that I would say. I would have said Jacob Martin, but I just brought him up. So I'm going to give you a different name. I'm going to say Jordan McGee. He's a linebacker. He rotates in. He plays very well going downhill. So if he's attacking the ball carrier, whether it be the quarterback or a running back, he's great. He's terrible in coverage, but he is really, really good at getting up in there on run plays and just being around the ball and being around things happening. So I would say keep an eye out for him.
Who you got, Dev?
I'm gonna go with Ertz.
Everybody knows who Ertz
Everybody
is.
knows
though.
there's somebody we don't know. They don't know.
Low key.
Yeah, but
Wait,
but,
Ertz who?
he's not really like the
Ain't
guy.
nobody
like,
heard of Ertz in 5 years.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, he ain't really. I didn't want to say it, Fish. But nobody ever says. I've never seen an Ertz jersey in my life, bro. In these, outside of Philadelphia. But okay, y'all don't want me to use Ertz. We're going unsung players. Yeah, the rest of the team is garbage. I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to. Bill, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe he pulls out a big run, but I think honestly I'm still gonna stick with him. I think it's Ertz. I think he gets about 4 or 5 good contested catches and to keep the ball moving on 4th downs. I think that's kind of hard. I'm really eager to see it. If everybody plays, it's the first time. I don't know if we mentioned on this pod, but this is the first game all year where we see all 3 starting receivers, running back, and all our linemen at the same time. We haven't seen it at all, including preseason. Like, we haven't seen it. Bro. You know what I'm saying? So, and this was an offense that was a top 2 or 3 in the league as far as offense in the first few weeks of the year. They were number 1 running team in the league the first 3 or 4 weeks of the year. That went to crap when everybody got hurt. So I'm really, like I said, I'm really eager to see what we do. And I do think that because there's a chance that Daniels comes in, he's completely rusty. We've all seen Daniels come into the game kind of injured and not look like himself, just doing vanilla plays and throw 50 times on dropbacks without running. We've seen that. That could happen. We could go into the game and Cliff could be like, we're passing the ball 50 times. We've seen it. So, and I think
I'll watch out for this. I'm gonna watch out for this Ertz guy.
Watch.
Yeah.
You probably never heard of him. I think his wife might be a little famous too.
His real name is No Yak Zach because he catches the
No
ball.
Yak Zach.
No
No
Yak
Yak Zach.
Zach, Super Bowl champion Zach Ertz.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sure hands. Sometimes.
Yeah, that's been a little
Soccer players
suspect
too.
this year too.
Yeah.
The
Who
team
you got, Steve?
George Kittle.
Team with George Kittle. For me, I'm kind of torn. We have a guy named Traylon Burks. I'm
Hey.
Arkansas wide receiver with the asthma.
joking. He made one good catch last week. No, for me, I'm really torn between our 2 running backs. It's crazy because Jabari Krasky-Merritt came out of nowhere. He has 500 yards, and all of a sudden, he never sees the field again after he fumbles. But to me, I'm torn between Chris Rodriguez or Jeremy McNichols. Jeremy McNichols is averaging like 6.5 yards a carry, but he doesn't get a lot of carries. But Chris Rodriguez gets the lion's share of the carries. So those 2 running backs, man, I think you got to watch out for them. And Jeremy McNichols he can do a little bit of both in the pass game and the run game. He just doesn't get enough, Phil can attest to this. He doesn't get enough reps. But Chris Rodriguez is a very solid runner. He's averaging like 4.5 yards per carry too. So quietly, he's been pretty darn good. So watch out for him. They like to use him a lot during the goal line. He already has like 4 or 5 touchdowns. So.
Oh, he's one of them.
Who gets hurt first?
Every team has a player who's kind of like a little bit of a Swiss Army knife that they're jack of all trades, master of none.
Mm-hmm.
And they make those plays that makes the opposing team just smack something. Go, damn it! Who was covering that guy? Why didn't you get that guy? And that's McNichols. Like that's what McNichols' role is. That he makes things happen. I wish he would get more touches.
I like Chris Rodriguez as a runner and McNichols as your receiving back. That's why he doesn't get touches. McNichols. Yeah. He's not a big enough back to run the ball. He's good receiving back, he's Roger Craig style. But
he is a good running back for this offense because we got rid of Brian Robinson Jr. because we were going away from a gap run scheme to a zone run scheme, and Brian Robinson is an absolutely terrible zone running back. He likes to just run to a hole, and that's it. Whereas we do a lot more when we have been successful running the ball. Here's another thing for you to keep an eye out on. Our offensive line, if they're just lining up 5-on-5 and just blocking, you're going to win. If they're moving linemen, lots of pulls and traps, that's what they do, and that's what they do well. When they stick to that, we run the ball better.
It's which version of Cliff Kingsbury is going to call? You know, it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You have no idea.
Bad Cliff.
So
you guys are one of the top. You guys are one of the top rushing teams, so they must be doing that a lot then.
Yeah. Well, you'd be
They
surprised.
got away from it for a while, and we've held that title because of all the good games we've had. If we ran like that all season, we'd probably be number one in the league in rushing, and that's also because of the fact that both Jaden and Marcus Mariota can run the ball.
Cody also
Mariota is
said
probably a better, and Mariota with a ball in hand is probably a better straight line runner than Jaden. Jaden will juke people out their socks, but Mariota, when he sees a lane, he just takes off and he just goes.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's 20 yards downfield. You're like, where'd that come from?
Cody said earlier that Cody said earlier they don't even put 8 in the box. They don't load the box in Minnesota, man. So I'm curious to see. I fully expected teams to play us like they have been all year, but I think Steve even said earlier that we got all our components, so maybe you can't. Daniels is back. We're getting our receivers back, so maybe you can't put 7, 8 in the box. But like you said, Cody said they don't do it anyway. So I didn't know that. So it's gonna be kind of interesting. I think, man. The chess moves with 22 teams.
Guys, we got a hater in the comments.
Two bums.
That's Robbie.
It's like the Craptacular Bowl.
He hates us too, so don't worry about it. Who was Phil's guy? I think I missed it.
Oh, mine was Jordan McGee, linebacker.
Oh, okay.
He rotates in for Luvu and Bobby Wagner. He rotates in. He's very present around. I was telling him, very present around the ball. Great playing downhill. Terrible in coverage. Which we need a linebacker to cover. That's why I'm like, our fan base wants to crown him as the next great linebacker. And I'm like, guys, can we calm down a little bit? He's shown some flash, but that's about it.
Phil, I think Robbie
people getting overexcited off flashes. No way.
Right. Phil,
I mean, look, our fan base wants to give Terry's $30 million to Treylon Burks over one catch. So, I mean,
it's a good catch.
It was a nice catch.
It was a nice catch.
That was the only catch he had on 4 targets. I have a problem with that.
But it was spectacular.
It was.
The Arkansas wide receiver who couldn't play for Tennessee because he had asthma or something his rookie season.
Really?
That's him.
Yeah.
He's asthma?
I don't know what it was.
I didn't know that he still existed.
Then he came back and he just had then he had like an ankle, and then it was one thing at a time.
I thought COVID killed out asthma, dog. I thought it was. I'm joking. I don't know.
That's a talk for another
Fish,
day, Dev.
Fish, tell these guys someone that they need to watch out for.
All right, so we got a running back that you ain't never heard of before called Xavier Scott, and with Aaron Jones being dinged up and maybe not even playing this week, he'll end up being RB2. And while Xavier Scott is not necessarily great for the traditional running back position where he's going to take the handoff, find the hole, exploit the hole, go for it, what he is really good at is screens. He is exceptional at running a screen. So if he gets in, because JJ McCarthy, whoever's going to start for us, is going to use screen passes to try to get in timing, temper any type of pass rush, get the pressure off, get the offense moving ahead of the sticks, and that's going to be the guy.
Man, if JJ McCarthy handing out to him, it ain't going to happen. I don't care.
That's a good one, Fish. Especially the screens. He is a master of the screen so far. The unfortunate thing is he's only really came in during like slop cleanup time at the end when we're losing by a lot. But when he does, like, he's picking up yards and doing the stuff that we saw him doing preseason. So this might actually be the first time he gets a real opportunity if Aaron Jones is forced to be out of this game.
All you gotta do is get him one-on-one with Wagner, and he's probably gonna get a touchdown. That dude.
Xavier Scott as our Jeremy McNichols.
That's a good comparison.
That's fair.
Well, we're toast.
You guys are interesting.
I'm telling you, all you do is when them halfback angle routes where they act like they're going outside, come back inside. Wagner's barbecue chicken, bro. That's what we call him on defense. Barbecue chicken. If he's out there on third down, barbecue chicken, dog.
Texas route. The little Texas route.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You just have to cross his face. All you have to do is run across him and 10 yards.
The up arrow on the Madden when you want a hot route. That's what you need to do. Just the up button on the running back, man. He's going to fly.
Theo, what's up, man?
I like his hat, man. Is that a Rockets hat? The blue one?
What's up, Jay?
Yeah, he's from Houston.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from Houston. It's a nice hat. Baby blue. Everything looks good in baby blue.
Does.
Except for the Lions.
Which they won.
Which the Lions ended up winning that game 44-30. 74 points.
Back through too many touchdown interceptions at the end. Through two.
So my guy, you guys may have heard of him because he's actually been around for a while and he's actually been playing really well, but it's linebacker Eric Wilson. He leads the Vikings with 14 tackles for loss. He has 4.5 sacks, and he has 49 solo tackles.
Did he play for the Cardinals? Did he play for the Cardinals? Oh.
No. He played for the Vikings, and he played for the Packers, and now he's back on the Vikings. The weakness on him, he's not great in coverage, but in the pass game, he's really good at getting to the quarterback. So I can see him getting back there and chasing around Jaden Daniels because I know Jaden Daniels is pretty mobile, and I can see him actually getting a sack on him. But I also see him getting double-digit tackles. So it's definitely a name that you're going to hear a lot on Sunday, Eric Wilson. Who you got, Cody?
I got a guy that doesn't get much love. And none of them really get much love. I don't think any one of them were a low-key guy for us. And I'm going Blake Brandel, our center. I think our offense runs completely different with Blake Brandel under center. And that's after saying we signed a center named Ryan Kelly for big money over the offseason to pair him with Will Fries. Like, Blake Brandel is the future center of the Minnesota Vikings. The offense runs smoother. The run game runs smoother while Blake Brandel is playing in this game. It's my low-key guy. Is the lowest of all keys of all guys is the center. Second string. He's only played center 4 times this year, and he's been good all 4 times. It's Blake Brandel.
So is Blake Brandel and McCarthy played together yet?
Yes.
Blake Brandel never took a snap at center before he took his first snap at center for us earlier this season.
Yeah.
And he played well.
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be some missed snaps if him and JJ getting there together, man. Where they got enough action together.
No, they had 3 games together. Actually,
Blake
JJ
Brandel
McCarthy's
was a
worst
bright
game.
spot.
Yeah. JJ McCarthy's worst game was probably that Packer game, and that's when they took out Brandel and put Ryan Kelly back.
Yep.
Are you guys like the whole when 9 comes out thing, or is that just kind of like a
What
funny?
is that?
All right, so
Not anymore.
it's been fun talking to you guys.
What is
Not
that?
anymore.
I don't know.
That was a cool 2 days.
Okay. No, David, I was just curious because JJ McCarthy said I think was it an interview? You guys can tell.
Yeah, it was after they beat the Bears, and he had like those 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
You know, so for the reason that he said it, and I was like, oh, okay, so he's got this little demon in him, and that pumps him up. But Fish was quick to call it out. He's like, I don't like it because as soon as he has a bad game, they're gonna throw it back in his face and use it against him. And by golly, it's happened every day since then.
Okay, got it. Yeah, Dave, he calls himself 9 when 9 comes out. It was after that game, and that's okay.
Me being German, I call him 9. N-E-I-N.
9.
That sounds like Kirk's. You like that? You know, he did that. He had that one game where he did that, and every time
we lost, you like that?
You like that? Yeah. Oh, man.
Hey, that was fun.
Did you guys like having Kirk as your quarterback?
I like Kirk. Yeah,
I did.
He's mid. It's like when you go to the dispensary.
Look, we had a chance to get him locked up for $20 million a year back in $19.5 million a year back in 2015, and Bruce Allen, who is he's from a layer of hell that we haven't even discovered yet. He wouldn't pay him. It's like no, he's got to prove more.
We could have had
$1 million.
Could have had him
franchise him. Goes out there to get franchise.
We interviewed Pierre Garçon a couple years ago, and I don't know if you remember the game where Kirk Cousins was on the center playing the Eagles, and after he hikes the ball with no time left, he instead of throwing a pass, he goes like fake knees it. He does the fake knee and messes up. He thought he kneeled it and he didn't, and he gets sacked. I don't know if you guys seen that footage of Kirk Cousins, but Pierre Garçon told us that the coach called in the play, and then the players were like, fuck that. We're going to change this play, throw a fade route to me. And Kirk didn't know what to do. So he got under center, and then coach told him to down it, and he didn't know what to do. He halfway down it, put the ball on the ground, didn't really down it, then took a sack. And then we went into halftime with 0 points instead of a field goal. It was hilarious when he told us that.
Oh, you think that's bad, buddy? Let me tell you something. That ain't nothing compared to him lining up behind the right guard
We saw that.
Oh yeah.
Hey man, any person that cooks steaks on a grill on top of foil, man, I gotta question his motivation.
What? He did that too?
Kirk Cousins is a foil steak guy. Trust the process, right?
He does give you he does give you.
Was that in the second season of quarterback or what? Because I didn't watch the second season.
I think it was.
Well, wait, no, that was his first season as a full-time starter
in Minnesota.
No. No, wait.
I don't remember.
I'm talking about the kneel down. The kneel down was with us.
Yeah.
No. I'm talking about you got into a whole nother realm. You're talking about steaks and foil. I'm like, when the hell did you see that? Because I never seen that.
I like diabolical.
What? Yeah, it
put it in the oven.
On a gas grill. Steaks
worst case
over foil on a gasser is even worse. Not even over
un-American.
Yeah.
Kurt always had that youth pastor energy, anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like you ever seen a youth pastor cook a steak?
2018. So I think he was already a Viking by
2018 is the year he came and tanked us.
It was that summer, and he posted on his Instagram.
Yeah, that was the year he came and knitted us.
Of all time.
Because we had a great quarterback the year before that took us to an NFC championship, and then Case Keenum.
Did you say Case Keenum? Did you say Case Keenum and great in the same sentence?
I just did. You got something else to say?
He did have it 1 year though. Was that with y'all? I thought it was a Cleveland one. That was with you guys, right? When they
the Stephon Diggs throw.
Crazy.
For
the
New
Stephon Diggs. And then we gave him we gave him like a contract the next year, and he goes, crap juice.
Yeah,
really?
I know. It was a crappy team. It was a crappy team.
I still would think him around.
He wasn't bad. The whole team was terrible, and we had none of the assistants that were propping up. All the assistants that propped up Jay Gruden to make him look like he was semi-competent.
Oh, you are getting on Keith's good.
Didn't we have Alex? Didn't we have Alex Smith that year though? Ball up? Didn't he make that? Didn't he?
No. That was Dwayne Haskins' rookie year. Remember, they pretty much benched Case.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
They benched Case so Dwayne could get some playing time.
Man, Haskins once held Burrows from getting a job. You know what I'm saying? Just think about that. It's crazy. Think back. Dwayne Haskins was keeping Burrows on the bench, bro. Made him transfer to LSU because he couldn't get on the field.
Yep.
At one time, that actually happened.
He got to the pros and the focus wasn't there. Just he didn't have the work ethic to improve where he needed to improve. So now, granted, he had Scott Turner as his offensive coordinator too.
Yeah, what's Ryan Elias saying that Dwayne Haskins rest in pieces? That's jacked up, man.
Yeah,
Ryan Elias is all one. He said Kirk Cousins had sex in his underwear.
That's mean, dude.
That's your boy, right?
That's one of
that's my guy. That's one of our good friends. We like Ryan Elias, man. He's a good people.
Ryan Elias watches our podcast on his TV, and for some reason, his kids are with him. I'm they're learning words they don't know. They also learn about random facts that Dev likes to spit.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. But before I get you guys out of here, we gotta do our predictions. I know you guys are dealing with Fish, but I didn't listen to that part, so I don't know what any of you picked in that one. You know what? Let's start with Fish. Let's start with Fish. Go ahead, Fish.
52-10 Vikings. Not kidding, guys.
It could happen.
I got us winning 24-21.
24-21. Okay, I can see it. What do you got, Phil?
It's funny because it's there. It's like you stole my thunder. I actually came into this with a 23-21 Vikings.
Oh, is this gonna be a Viking sweep? What do you got, Dev?
I got us 27-24. If Daniels plays, if not, we lose 50-0.
I hope Daniels. I hope Daniels plays. I'm in the minority where I want the draft pick.
Nixon 6,
but.
Yeah, Nixon.
But the way we've been talking about this game, it just actually sounds like it's going to be a real ugly game. There's going to be,
I don't think so, man.
Safety. There's going to be probably not an extra missed point by us, but
how is y'all's defense?
I'm going to say Vikings win 19-17.
How is y'all's defense like ranked in the top? Where are y'all in defense? In the top half, bottom half? You think?
The top yards, top 5 rush, bottom 32nd.
No, overall defense. We ain't gonna run anyways, bro. You know this shit.
It's got to be mid. middle pack. But what do you consider overall? Scoring or yardage?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's what matters.
Overall defense, like out of all the teams
In
the
yardage or
NFL,
scoring though? That's
Yeah,
how you measure
yards
it.
are points.
Scoring allowed. What do you think?
They're 18th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It might be 70 to 70 or something. Now both defenses are complete trash juice, bro. Like it could be it could be one of these games we're watching right now where you just run up and down the field.
They are 10th in the league in yards allowed, though.
Yes.
Right. That's what I'm
10th in
saying,
yards.
dog. And we can't be that much better.
They
or
are
worse.
5th in pass defense. And
How's
they
your
are
field goal
23rd
kicker?
in rush defense.
He ain't missed yet.
We got a new guy.
Moody, he ain't missed yet.
We got the Bears.
Moody.
We had
Bears
this
and Niners
gated.
scraps.
He's on his third team this year. Okay, enough said.
We had this gated.
Yeah.
What was his
1917 Vikings.
We had
Actually,
Matt Gay.
Matt Gay. That's
because
it.
it's Moody.
Matt Gay.
Because it's Moody. I'm actually going 19 to 16. He's gonna miss an extra point.
Man, I think we scored. I think we scored 19
so
points in that
far for
quarter.
us.
All right, Cody, what do you got?
So if the Minnesota Vikings offense plays better than just 2 quarters, we score more than 27 points. When we do well in 2 quarters of the whole game, we score 27 points. I think the Vikings this week will do better than 2 quarters of offense. If we have 3, we're scoring over 30. I think it's going to be a 33-31 ball game, Minnesota Vikings. Just because I believe that we can finally surpass, even though how down this season is, against your pass defense, which is trash. By the way, I'm not gonna argue with y'all. I mean, just how it is. And if
We're not arguing.
If JJ McCarthy cannot throw more than 8.7 yards per attempt, you might need to blow on the sails and let that motherfucker go. It's over with McCarthy. So I think 33-31 Minnesota Vikings. Justin Jefferson has his first 100-yard game in over 8 weeks. I think it's going to happen against y'all.
I think Jettis has a 200-yard game against us, dog. I think that McLaurin could easily do the same thing. It's just
I'm
a
more
crazy.
worried about Samuel than McLaurin.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I'm not worried about either of them.
The slant merchant versus the handoff merchant. I guess it could happen. I mean, it's gonna be. I think it's. I'm kind of tending to go with Cody on this one. I think it could be one of them games where we just keep scoring.
33-31, you said, Cody?
Yeah.
No one on our team can stop.
That'd actually be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, no one on our team can stop
two
anybody.
teams that aren't going anywhere. That'd actually be an entertaining game.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, give it to us.
I'm assuming Jaden's going to play. I think it's going to be a close game. I think 2017 Washington. I think JJ McCarthy will still just struggle. Now, I think he'll probably show flashes of.
You think we'll score 17 points?
I think we will score 20. They will score 17. So I'm going to take the under 2017, 37 points total. I think it's going to be closer. We're a little rusty, but like I said, we played a hell of a game. All units last week. I think they finally figured it out. But I've been watching JJ McCarthy this year. I just think, he's just still struggling, picking up the game. And, I think that might continue. So I'm just saying 2017. It's going to be a close game either way, I think. So that's what I'm going with.
Hey, man, McCarthy is black Dak Prescott, man. I said what I said.
I mean, I would.
What?
Wait,
Dak's a good quarterback.
No, I said what I said. I said
you said it wrong. You said it wrong because
no, I didn't.
I don't get it.
I wasn't going to correct you, man. I'm not going there.
Hey, I would love
so
McCarthy
Dak is white.
30 yards, honestly.
Dak is a great quararterback.
No,
I would take Dak.
I'd say if he was Dak,
like
then
that.
he would work out.
Yeah.
I think, Robbie's got it. We would all take Dak.
No, not if you didn't have the athleticism, you wouldn't. No, I like Dak. I would take Dak. Honestly, I'm hating on Dak. Dak is what we called Dak Black Kirk Cousins is what we called him for years, man.
Regular season merchant.
We're familiar with that one.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins. There you go.
Well, what's funny though is that we were calling him that, and then we started calling him that, and then a year later, apparently, who was it? One of the wide receivers down in Dallas called him that to his face.
Yeah, I used to call Kirk Cousins Black Dak Prescott all the time, man. People get mad.
Makes you wonder.
Kirko.
Yeah.
Y'all had a pretty good run. Kirk come out with the gold teeth and chains and stuff. I thought that was an error, man. I thought that was gonna be home for Kirk. I thought that was gonna be where he retired, dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he tore his Achilles and
Yeah.
we lost every single game but 2 after that.
he lost
He
his whole.
talked about all of this in the quarterback, the latest quarterback. You guys, I don't know if you guys saw it, the new one. He was heartbroken, man. He wanted to stay, and then when they drafted JJ, he got real sad.
And then he went somewhere else and they drafted another dude.
They drafted Michael Penix.
And he got sadder again.
Issue. That's the issue. We know what we're getting with Kirk Cousins.
That's right.
We knew what we were getting with Sam Darnold. We want a championship. We don't want a fucking first round exit anymore.
Yeah, it's a risk you got to take.
Kirk Cousins is the wife you marry for a personality, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Kirk Cousins is losing.
No. Kirk Cousins. He's pretty. He throws up them stats. He just don't put out.
Kirk's like, he can cook. You know what I'm saying? Like and now we know he can't because he was aluminum foil on steaks. That's crazy.
Well, he can cook during noon, but he can't cook during 7 p.m.
He makes a great lunch.
Yeah,
makes a great lunch. Not a good dinner.
Man,
Kirk's all right, man. I like Kirk when he was here, man. I like Kirk. I didn't want him to leave. I think it was for pennies too. It was like $15 million or some crap that he wanted, and the owner was like, "Nah, bro."
I'm laughing at our guy Ryan Elias in the chat says JJ McCarthy is a black Rex Grossman.
let it rip.
No, Rex could throw it. Rex was called sexy. Rex went to a Super Bowl, bro, with the Bears.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Started the whole year, dog. Rex got a nickname.
I
called
was a
Sexy
fan. I was a
Rexy,
fan
bro.
of Sexy Rexy on this team.
Rex might be one of the greatest quarterbacks in college history in Florida.
I'm fine with Jim McCarthy being black Rex Grossman, just like you said, a Super Bowl. I would love to see my team play in a Super Bowl. Just don't.
They can't even call my team by their name on TV. You know how you think we feel? We got to be called by the command. No one likes the name. You know what I'm saying?
Rex Grossman's a compliment.
Is there any credence to the Justin Jefferson rumors that are popping up on social media?
No.
You guys think? No.
He already came out in an interview. He said he understands the thing, but the young quarterback, he understands what's going on. So
okay, that's good. Good for you guys. I would give up any player.
If the end of the year y'all end up with a top 3 pick, do you go quarterback?
No.
We're trading back all the way to 32 and not getting another first rounder in compensation.
That's what you're going to do.
Out of curiosity, now let's say JJ just completely just dukes the bed up for the rest of the season. Then do you look for another quarterback, or you like
Jameis Winston time, baby?
Well, it's debated. It's definitely
my favorite player in the league, man. And
I didn't know how much.
We might go out and get one.
I didn't know how much of a leash you were giving him before you're like, nope, get out.
Well, I don't know how far much of a leash.
I wouldn't say get out, but like if it's really bad, then we go out and we sign a starter and he's quarterback 2 and he's developing behind the scenes and not developing real time in front of our faces.
Yeah.
I think KOC is done. Like it's just like every coach that drafts a quarterback, the quarterback doesn't pan out.
They're tied to him.
Oh yeah.
You're tied to him. You're gone. I mean, Shanahan. Everybody wants to say Shanahan with Trey Lance. Shanahan made a Super Bowl before Trey Lance. So let's not forget this.
Yeah.
So like you can keep going forward.
Yeah, winning cures all.
Yeah. Yeah, but how long is that going to be? 1 or 2 years?
And he found a second.
Here's all. They bring in a veteran and they win a playoff game next year. Then he's not tied to JJ no more.
And then you re-sign that old veteran? Keep going with it. Because all it takes is that one bad season from the veteran again, then you're right back on that fucking hot seat.
I feel like your GM's going to get fired before the coach.
100%.
There, anyways. Maybe even here. I wonder that here. I wonder if Steve and Phil, what do you think? Do you think that the coach, that the owner would fire the GM or the coach first? If one had to go.
Oh, I think Dan Quinn would go.
You think so?
Yeah, Adam Peters.
Over AP?
Yeah, he's the young, up-and-coming John Lynch protege.
He did trade them picks for Lance and Lattimore. Like the Trey Lance thing in San Fran, that was our GM that did that. That was
he got luck. He had luck. A Hail Mary came out of the 7th round for him. Yeah. And that's what continued. And now he's not very good either.
He's average.
He's average. So if you can't keep he might Marvin Lewis himself with what's that guy's name? Carson Palmer, like Marvin Lewis did, and find his ass out.
Yeah. You think That's crazy to think about.
Draft a quarterback, you ride with that quarterback.
O'Connell would be your coach would be a coach. If they fired him, he'd be a coach again tomorrow. Though they find it, he'd have a new job by the first week of next year. If they fired your coach.
Oh, he'd be definitely an offensive coordinator somewhere.
Yeah. I bet he'd be a head coach.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Philadelphia, maybe if they crack out, they fire their coach. They say they're gonna fire their coach every year. Every year they this guy in the playoffs, he balls up, and then they like.
But what's crazy about Sirianni, he's been to Super Bowls, and now he has a winning Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that's the difference in coaching.
Mm-hmm.
You take the Super Bowl winning coach, and you let him ride out longer than what the guy that for your team hasn't won a Super Bowl, even been to a Super Bowl with your team.
That is true. Unless you're in the NFC East, and they don't give two fucks. They'll just tell you to get the hell out.
No, they give him 5 years and then kick him out. Yeah. Look at McCarthy. Look at fucking Shanahan after his Super Bowl.
Gruden.
20 years ago. Yeah, Gruden. Jay Gruden made it offensive coordinator Super Bowl.
I like Jay Gruden. They don't like him. I like Jay Gruden. He's a Louisville guy, though. That's why I like him.
I love Jay Gruden.
Jay Gruden's a Louisville guy.
It was Jay Gruden, Kevin O'Connell, and Sean McVay all together.
And
crazy.
Matt
way more than that.
And Matt LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur and Kyle Shanahan all together.
And Mike McDaniel.
The guy from the Green Bay coach.
The Green Bay Packers homegrown. And John Gruden later.
Yeah, Green Bay's coach. Everybody was at our team.
Fuck Jay Gruden. I hate Jay Gruden. I think Jay Gruden is the biggest dump. And the problem is that now he's in DC media giving takes on the games. And
I like him.
He says the most obvious shit. And this, like, in his whole folksy, I'm just a good old country boy.
I love it.
And people fall for that stupid because they think it's charming. And I'm like, y'all realize he just says the same thing everyone else says.
Second greatest player in Louisville history.
But because, he's a former coach. Yes, he's a guy, though, who had, even his brother John said it. All the talent, no drive. And
he's like North Turner.
He came to DC, got propped up by a ton of great coordinators and assistant coaches that made him look good. When they were all gone, team was terrible. Why? Because Jay Gruden ran the softest camps. He was too busy trying to go down to this area just down the road from where we practice at Commanders Park. There's an area called One Loudon. There's a ton of bars there. You could always find Jay Gruden there after practice, getting blackout drunk at the bar.
And he's smashing teammates.
And literally he cut. We had Capri Bibbs, who was turning into a really good third down back and a guy who could back up Adrian Peterson. He cut Capri Bibbs because him and Capri were smashing the same secretary at the park.
Oh, we heard this from players, so it happened.
Yeah, multiple players have confirmed this. I want Capri Bibbs to talk about it, but he won't respond to my message.
You can't really blame Jay for the you can because he was a coach, but you realize that they made a trade for a quarterback, didn't even tell the head coach that he was on the way there. Like, that's the kind of atmosphere he was in, dog. He had Dan Snyder taking pictures of naked cheerleaders in the locker room. Like, crazy stuff was going on, bro. Like, you can't allegedly.
Jay was a part of that culture, though.
I don't know if he's a part of it or he was just
Yes,
there,
he was.
I don't think he ever got any charges or anything. Everybody else got charges, bro.
He's cheating on his wife with bitches over at One Loudon.
Cheating on your wife.
That's not a charge, though.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's normal. I feel like you're getting paid $20 million and she ain't doing it right. No, I'm joking. Women don't blame.
All right, well, command this podcast. Thank you guys for jumping on tonight and doing this with us. We like to do this every week, and sometimes we've had a hard time actually finding people who want to come on, and it comes down to the last second. But Steve, thank you for reaching out.
Yeah, of course, man.
Making it very easy. But
we had the same problem.
But Steve, why don't you go ahead and give us some of your final thoughts?
Yeah, man, I think it's gonna be, like I said, I think it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a good game. It might probably be an ugly game, but I think it'll be a close, fun game to watch. So I'm not sure how your energy is gonna be in your home stadium, if fans are still fanning or if they've checked out. But either way, looking forward to it.
They're selling tickets right now, Steve.
Yeah,
the fans are.
Okay.
It might be a home game for you guys.
Normally we know a lot of people that travel to every home game. I don't know. I only know one person who's going.
George going?
No, the rally captain is the only one I know going. So
LJ ain't going?
I don't know.
LJ's going.
Okay, there's 2.
And then
The
Steve,
Mad Hatter.
shout out your guys' podcast.
Yeah, Command This Podcast. You can catch us on all the socials, primary YouTube, but Instagram, Facebook, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. That's where we are. You'll see the at Command This Podcast. So easy to find.
All right, Dev, final thoughts.
Oh man, I just don't want to get embarrassed. You know, I'm cool with I'm cool. You know, I'm actually cool with losing to Minnesota, man. Like my son's a Minnesota fan his whole life. You know what I'm saying? So I used to have to buy him Adrian. I almost got him. I almost had him with us when we got Adrian Peterson, dog. Because we his kids, I buy him Adrian Peterson jersey every year. He loved him. Still a big Minnesota fan. I texted him, told him to come on here. I'm gonna tell him he's probably somewhere drunk. He's a grown man now. He's 20-something. Thursday, college town, you know.
Yep.
But I definitely just don't want to go in there and get embarrassed. I want it to be a shootout. Win or lose, I would love to see a 40-42 game or something, man. It'd be cool to see Jayden go out there and McCarthy go out there and just light it up. I like to see 2 high drafted quarterbacks, young 20-something-year-olds go out there and then, you know, throw the rock around, man. It would be pretty cool to see. And I would love to win, but hey, if we lose, cool. Get a draft pick out of it.
Hey, I would definitely take a 48-42 loss if JJ McCarthy was out there lighting it up. That would be progress. And
be dope.
Yeah, I would absolutely take that game because it would be fun and we still get the loss, so it still improves our draft position. You guys will go to like pick 11 and we'll go down to pick 6. I like it. Like that's a win-win.
Just like our last game against Miami or who Denver. Yeah, just hey, look good, man. You know what I'm saying? You lose because the ball gets tipped at the end of the game. I can live with that. I didn't even cry this week when we lost. I usually do. You know what I'm saying?
I can feel that. I can feel that. Phil, what do you got?
I can say good luck to y'all this week. This is going to be 2 teams that definitely fell short of their expectations for this season. So, you know, I think it is a matter of pride. You know, hopefully pride makes for a good game. I think it's going to be a close one. You know, like our last 2 games been real close. We both win to overtime. And I feel like that this one's going to be one of those ones that comes down to the wire too. So all I can say is, you know, best of luck to y'all. And may the team who wants to win just a little bit more get it.
You know, that Cowboys Packers game where they tied is going to jack somebody's playoffs up. That's going to actually matter. I was just looking at it. They showed it on the screen. Like that like right now, I think the Lions are out of the playoffs, right? They're not like if it starts today, they would not be in. They'd be in the hunt, right? Even with that win
they won today, so I don't know how that they won today. So I
think the only teams that's in that division that's in right now is the Bears and Green Bay. I don't think the Lions,
but they play each other this week, so one of them are losing.
Yeah. That's true. There's somebody with 10 wins is staying home, man. I think
maybe. All right, fellas. Well, thank you for joining us, and Steve, I'll stay in contact, and maybe through the off season when it's slow, and we need to get something going. We can meet up, talk a little draft stuff, little free agent stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna have more friends in the NFC North than we have.
Yeah, man, we've got some NFC friends in the podcast world, so it's good to collab. Man. Always good to collab with other podcasts.
Also, check Phil out on his OnlyFans, Husky Muscle.
Oh, you got an OnlyFans too, huh?
Yeah. Phil does, not me. I stand in the corner and watch.
Apparently, Dev's volunteering to sit in the cuck chair, but we talked about that earlier tonight. I don't know what's
somebody got to hold the boom mic.
Just end it before it gets out of hand.
We can get all the.
All right, fellas. All right, we'll talk again.
Peace.
All right, that was cool. Went longer than I thought. That's good when that happens.
Unless you're Cody right now, you got to get up at 4:30 in the morning.
Nah, 6:30.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 6:30? Okay, so we got another 2 hours.
We got time.
Let's go.
No, we're in an argument with this Cali Fuckton or whatever his name is.
Do we need to bring him on? Do we need to bring him on?
Bring him on. Like
you guys are arguing. I don't even know what you guys are arguing about. It's like Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. It's the Sam Darnold thing. How far?
Why is it always Sam Darnold?
How far are we going with Sam Darnold? He's comparing him to Justin Herbert. I know if we had Justin Herbert on this team, I know how far we're going. You know what I'm saying? Sam Darnold, I know where we're going. Justin Herbert, I don't know. I think Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Chargers should dump Herbert. I think they should dump him over to the
100%. Give me the
Vikings.
Minnesota.
Mhm.
Let's come over here, big dog.
He's just
Go-
Kirk
go- go-
Cousins
go
with
full-
better hair.
Go full Rams.
Go full Rams. Bring him over here. Justin Herbert's never won a playoff game. Yeah, we know this, but bring him on this side of the team. Bring him over here to Minnesota. With you got weapons like Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson, an offensive line, a defense that plays winning football that keeps us in the games. Yeah, bring him over here.
Gallahorns are prophecies.
Prophecies.
All right. Let's go ahead and get to our purple prophecies, which are our predictions. Fish, I know you're ready, so give it to us.
JJ McCarthy's going to have more rushing yards than Jaden Daniels this weekend.
Oh. Okay. That's pretty
solid.
damn hot. And I don't know if I like it, but it's hot because it seems like KOC is telling him not to run. And I wonder if he's going to be a little more hesitant coming off the concussion. But that also means our defense probably held Jaden Daniels from running all over us too. So works both ways. I like it. And now you're going to have to do it again. Or else it's going to look funny.
Way to go, Shaq. You know I'm
Can we even hear
a
him?
one-take guy.
Yeah,
Can we even hear Shaq?
Do it again. Wait.
No it.
And now I got to wait for Cody to come back.
I came just in time.
This is like our first time or something. The one thing I clip.
I had a prophecy, so I decided to log on. It's a good one.
All right, you guys all say you comfortable. You got
Well,
your drink.
well, I gotta do the whole thing now.
Yeah, we gotta redo it.
All right, let's go ahead and get into our purple prophecies, which are predictions. Fish, I bet you're ready.
You better believe it. JJ McCarthy's going to have more rushing yards than Jaden Daniels this weekend.
But
What?
I was gonna do it, but I didn't want to go full Fish.
Did you like that edit live? I was pretty good at it.
So wait, Daniels
I like
is
it, Fish. Yeah, well, he was a full participant in practice today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
So I think that's a good thing because if JJ McCarthy has more rushing yards than him, that means Jaden Daniels didn't run all over us.
Yeah.
All right, Shaq, you said you had a prophecy. Let's hear it.
The Vikings will be drafting top 5 in this year's draft.
I like that one, actually. I don't believe it, but I like it.
I'm praying for it.
Finally, see where were you when I needed some backup on the yes, I want us to lose? I look like the bad guy.
So, my bad. I was out partying. But to that question, I'll say the time for rooting for this team is over. It's been over for a minute now. And if you want this team to actually win a Super Bowl, it's time to start losing games. We tried winning this year. It's over. We're not winning the Super Bowl this year. Give up that dream.
Thank you. I mean, I needed that about an hour and a half ago, but the point is you got it here.
You can edit
All
that
right.
in between.
Yeah, I'll have to edit that in there. All of a sudden, it's going to go from 3 to 4 to 3. All right. Even though Cody ruined half of mine, I didn't think of another one, so I'm still going to run with it. And mine is that the Vikings are going to do a couple things they haven't done in a while. And that is Justin Jefferson will have at least 100 yards receiving against the Commanders, and the Minnesota Vikings defense will get at least 1 interception. So I'm parlaying that together. We have 3 interceptions this season. That's it. That's crazy talk. We are going to get at least one of those things this year, and JJ is going to get over 100 rushing yards. And Shaq did nail it. I agree, Brian Peterson. All right, Cody. I hope I took yours. I hope I took yours.
I almost want to take that. I want to take that bet. That's interception, 100 yards receiving. That sounds fantastic. My prophecy, not hot take. My prophecy is going to be JJ McCarthy will have over 250 yards passing. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all I'm saying. He might have 3 interceptions, but he's going to have 250.
250. No, 250. Just not. Well, actually, that's not going to be it. My prophecy is going to be not a single Minnesota Viking wide receiver will drop a ball this game.
Oof. You might as well just make that red right now, Keith.
Make it red right now, huh?
Not a single ball.
Cody's gonna be like, well, he didn't really drop that one. I mean, like, yeah, he could have caught it, but it wasn't a good pass.
If it's in the radius and it's dropped or intercepted, it's a drop still at the end of the day. So,
Get this shit off.
0 drops from our wide receivers, especially when it hits you right in the numbers and just falls on the ground.
Come on, Robbie. He doesn't throw for more than 50 yards a season. We're talking about JJ McCarthy, not JJ Justin Jefferson. Did you get that Minnesota Shaq?
How many passing yards does Justin Jefferson have this year?
I don't think he got any yet.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Was
I think the one he
considered a handoff?
I think it was a lateral.
Lateral?
Or else he would have 9.
9.
Oh.
The way they.
Brian Pearson.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
It's on.
I'm gonna go ahead and get the grand finale.
So I'm gonna use the Keith line. We could do this for another 5 hours.
I don't work tomorrow either. I just have to change this earbud to this earbud.
I gotta get rewarded a recognition tomorrow for the range.
Go have another
He's
trip.
gonna be all like,
Yeah, right. Like, I'm here. This is your guy.
All you gotta do is accept it.
Yes, thank you for the award. I'm hammered.
Award me, crown me,
Crown me.
Oh man.
nah, Cody gonna be actually on his phone to the side, still arguing with Califton, like, you're stupid.
Fucking 7 in the morning. Hold on. I gotta argue with this guy real quick.
Tomorrow's Friday. You guys got your tree up?
Not yet. We got a brand new Christmas tree in the mail. That was part of the ticket sale for the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree was bought by the tickets. That was my Christmas presents.
Oh, you're not going to the game?
No, not anymore. I bought a tree.
Damn, this dude paid his tickets for a tree. Is that at least like a 10-footer or something?
It's a 9-footer. It hits the ceiling. Star will like graze it a little bit. It is what are you talking about when you fawn it out? What's that called? Yeah, it's flocked, pre-flocked, it's white. Good to go.
It's a real tree?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's better to get fake trees anyway. It lasts longer.
It's easier for sure.
Yeah.
I like having a real tree, but gosh, do I hate going to get a tree because I take forever to pick one out. I'm over there, just leave me alone. I'm cutting them open. Oh, not this one. No, not this one. Then getting it home, trying to put it on the stand and getting it straight. I hate all that. But once it's up,
Sticky from all the time.
But I do gotta admit, like the fake trees have gotten a lot better looking. Like you can't really tell until you
don't
get
got to water them. You don't have to.
You don't gotta do anything.
Catch on fire.
And I'm like, you can't really tell it's fake, like as if I have anybody ever coming to my house because I don't.
Yo,
no one comes.
The kids know.
You can tell mine is fake.
Well, yeah, you got that all white one. Like even the trunk is white. Oh, Theo.
Hey,
Theo joining us. What up, Theo?
Good, man. What y'all got going on, man?
Got chop and screw.
Doing my highway hustle. Y'all don't know about the chop and screw, man.
Hey, I know all about chop and screw.
I know about chop and screw.
What you know about it?
Because he's from Atlanta.
You can name, if one of y'all can name any screw tape, I'll cash up y'all $50. Y'all can name just
$20 right now.
Chop and screw by T-Pain. That's not no chop screw.
Screw was dead when that came out.
Is it 3 a.m. or something like that?
3 in the morning.
So no, he talking about the actual chopped.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm
He
talking
started
about
doing
great
it.
tape. 3 in the morning. It was a mixtape. It wasn't no great tape. I'm talking about a great tape.
But it's a DJ Screw.
Yeah, it's DJ Screw.
Balling in the mix.
Ball in
Lil
the mix.
Kiki.
Now, ball in the mix ain't that's
Slim,
Kiki.
it's Slim Thug.
I know it's Kiki, but it's screwed. I like the
Lil
screwed
Kiki.
version better.
Slim Thug. You can't say Slim Thug. Slim Thug on the north side. Slim Thug
What
Swish
about
House.
Mike Jones?
Yeah,
That's
he's the
Swish
same
House.
thing.
That's north side. That's Swish House.
That's not him either.
See, Houston, the SUC south side, Swisher House north side. It used to be like a deadly feud between Houston and north side and south side in the 80s and the 90s.
Who else is part of that Houston?
Paul Wall.
You're too new. You're too new.
Dirty
Houston-
South Riders.
Yeah,
I'm
Houston,
too new. I was born in the
Houston,
90s.
DSR, yeah, DSR, Dirty South right there. They from Dallas. They ain't even from Houston. Houston is a place where you can go from the south side to the north side, and it's like a whole nother city. They got a whole nother culture. They talk different. They dress different. Their cars are different. It's crazy. You can go to another side of Houston, and you think you're in a whole other city. That's how it is.
All right, last guess. Riff Raff. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know who Riff Raff. I think Riff
No,
Raff
it ain't
is
Riff. Come on,
California
man.
somewhere.
Riff Raff's too new.
He's new. I had DSR. I thought that was it. But
I already
Yeah,
said 3 in the morning. Where's my money? You need my Venmo or what?
Yeah, you had to shake on it. You ain't shake on it. You know,
We're pulling. Wow. I think my 6-year-old do that one.
3 in the morning.
What
Oh man, that's one
what
of
up,
my
though,
favorite
Theo?
ones though. Chilling, man. But I been chilling, just driving, going my way. I'm almost in Shreveport. I got to go from Shreveport. I got to go get loaded in El Dorado, Arkansas, and I got to go to Indiana somewhere. So I'm doing my highway hustle thing.
You come through Missouri?
I probably will come through Missouri. I'll probably come through Missouri. I'll be coming through like up 55. Probably come up 55, then I hit 57 and come in Indiana that way. And then being on Illinois that way, then I probably take Indiana on 80 or something like that. I don't know.
Do you go up 69 at all?
69. I'd have been up with 69 where at in Texas.
Like where you? No, 69 where you go through like Kentucky, you go past like Mayfield.
Yeah.
Up
Yeah, I've been after the Waterson Expressway or something like that. I've been all through Kentucky, 69, 65.
Well, you're going to be in Indiana this Saturday, right?
I'll be loading. I'll be in Indiana I got to take the load to Indiana. Then we'll be loading Ohio, going back and forth to Atlanta, loading Ohio, going to Indiana. Cause some plant down and some plant in Indiana is down.
Well, stop your ass at fucking Lucas Oil Stadium on Saturday. She about to see a really good game.
Daniel Jones.
Ohio State and Indiana, Big Ten championship.
Yeah. Ohio State gonna beat them. Hey, yeah. Ohio State gonna murder them.
Yeah, Ohio State's the one team in the country. I think Indiana, the quarterback balls, but Ohio State is way too good. Ohio State's the best team in the country. It's been the best team in the country. I think you place every SEC team against Ohio State, every SEC team loses in the past 2 years. Yeah, it's ridiculous. There you go, Robbie. There's your Big Ten.
Big Ten, we out here.
You gonna be able to watch the game on Sunday, Theo?
Yeah. I got a TV. I got a TV in here. I got a TV in my truck. Everything with internet and all that stuff.
So you going for a loss or you going for a win, Theo?
Man, I think they're gonna win. I didn't play better at home. I think they're gonna win. I think they're gonna win.
Do you want them to win?
Yeah. I don't care about. I think JJ. I think he's gonna be all right next year, whatever like that. I think you can put anybody behind that offensive line, and they're gonna do the same thing.
That's what we thought this year, man.
They're gonna do the same thing. You can put anybody behind. I mean, when it was healthy, but I feel they're gonna do the same thing. My partners, they be tripping on me. I say, man, I was with it when they was 15-1. All that there 14-2. I'm all that. I've been with them, so I just like to watch them play now. You know what I'm saying? I like to see them. I'm 40. I'm 47. You know what I'm saying? I'll be 48 in January. I just like to see them go to the Super Bowl and win it. You know what I'm saying? Before I leave here. That's all, man. I was too young when the last time they went to the Super Bowl. I was born. I was like days old when the last time they went to Super Bowl in 77, 78. So it's all good. Yeah, man.
Your Cody, your buddy thinks they're gonna give up on McCarthy.
Yeah, and probably after another year.
Yeah, I think, man, with a good training camp, they can get the offensive line. They need to beef up the offensive line where they can shoot some people in there. Like if somebody get hurt, they can have some quality backups. It seems like once like Brickashaw, not named Brickashaw, his name Brickashaw. Oh,
For
what's the big dude?
What position?
Offensive lineman.
Darisaw.
I say Brickashaw. Darisaw. Like him when he get hurt, when he get hurt, you know what I'm saying? I wish they build up the offensive line better. Where if somebody get hurt, they can shoot somebody in. Because they gonna get hurt. I wish they can bring Matt Burke back at center. You know what I'm saying?
Or at least Garrett Bradbury.
Yeah.
No, we got Blake Brandel.
Not Garrett Bradbury. Garrett Bradbury was too small.
Peterson, what's up, man?
Hey, I'm on.
You made it. It took you some work, but you did it.
Well, it's just a pain in the ass. Here's the thing I want to point out, and I want to point out to each and every one of you. When you look through the comments that everybody puts in, I'm done watching. Fuck this team. I'm not going to watch them anymore. And then you hear the term with all these guys who, when we predict we're going to be 4-13, or we predict we're going to be 6-11, you're half fans and you're assholes and you're bandwagon members. The point I want to make is all the bandwagon members are leaving right now. Yeah. I've been here 65 fucking years. And I'm not kidding. 65 fucking years. I've watched these guys suck. And I've watched these guys suck less than normal.
I knew suck less was what was coming. I knew it wasn't going to say good.
You got to see
Bill. Because they always lose.
He got to see Bill Brown.
If you always lose, you suck. Okay? Yeah. And I was very optimistic until 1975, which I doubt any of you were even born then. But maybe if some of you were and still shit your pants, that's fine. But the point being is, just watch these comments. And that's what I'm saying. You watch these guys who are saying, I'm done and I'm over and I'm not going to watch it anymore. Those are the half fans. Those are the fucking bandwagon members. Because I have watched this team through frickin' the 60s when they sucked. The late 60s when they got a lot better and were really good. The 70s when they were fucking great, but still sucked. And then all the way through the 80s and 90s, 2000s, 2010s. And they have fucking lost every year. And they always will. And I don't think it's going to change. And that's okay. I can accept that.
So I agree. I agree. If they're really jumping ship, yes, those are the fake fans. But I don't know the fake fans are coming on YouTube and watching some amateurs talk about the Vikings,
not
for an hour or two.
They're going on your Facebook page and saying, I'm fucking done. This is enough. You got 36,000 members, Keith.
Yes.
And they're coming on and saying,
we haven't lost any.
Fuck this team. I'm done. I'm not going to watch anymore. I don't want to watch them lose. If you don't want to watch them lose, why the fuck were you even watching in the first place? Especially this year or last year, because you knew they were going to lose. Last year was a complete fluke with Darnold.
Whoa. That was absolute greatness right there. We cannot.
Yeah, Darnold went from like the worst quarterback in the history of the NFL into the best quarterback in the history of the NFL.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. There's a chance. The goddamn
for
Swedish
Brosmer or
bikini team is going to
McCarthy?
wash
JJ
up on my
McCarthy.
beach. I own oceanfront property. I've lived here for 20 years. The Swedish bikini team is going to show up on my beach with a keg of
didn't happen.
fucking scotch and a fucking ribeye fucking loin. Yeah, it could happen, sure. But, what are the odds? Pretty damn slim. And that's the thing I just wanted to point out. Just look at the Facebook page and look at all the people who are bailing.
I don't want to look at that Facebook page.
So I do, I just laugh. I think this is like the best humor in the world. Yeah. Do I want us to win? Absolutely every day. Do I think we're going to win? Absolutely not anytime in fucking the next 3 years. We are totally fucked. Until we get rid of fucking KAM, we don't have a chance of winning a game. And if we do, it's going to be against an extremely shit team. And they're going to have to fuck up and give us a lot of turnovers. It's the only way. I mean, we are, like you said, what was it earlier? Our offensive fucking efficiency was the worst in the history of the team. Isn't that right, Keith?
Yes, it was. Yes.
Yeah.
In our history. It was like the 30th worst in NFL history.
Yes. And that's in 65 years. It's the worst we've ever done. You think we're going to get a lot better tomorrow? Not tomorrow, Sunday. You think we'll get a lot better Sunday? No.
Yes. Let me tell you why. Because this team does not fail to disappoint me. And I actually want to lose out. I don't think we're going to do that. We're going to go and win 2 or 3 more of these last games against my wishes. So, yeah, I do think we're going to go out and we're going to play a damn good game and be like, where was this at?
So here's the deal, Keith. So what you're betting on is we are going to suck in the most unbelievable way, because the worst thing we could do is to win 4 or 5 games.
Yes.
That would be the worst thing for the team.
Yes.
And that's what I've been telling you for the last, 3 or 4 years? It's like, you don't realize how fucking bad we are. We got lucky last year with Darnold. I'll admit that. But you don't realize how bad we are, and you think, oh, well, we won't suck that bad. And then we do. And it's like,
look, I didn't think we were going to suck that bad this year, but I am well aware that we are headed into a dark period of football because we don't have a young roster and we didn't draft well, and Kwesi did not build us up for success. So I am well aware we're about to hit a rebuild, and we can't have him being the one rebuilding this team.
We didn't head into a roster 3 years ago, and we told you that. A bunch of us told you that. And the point being is, last year was a fluke because of Darnold. That was completely out of their ass, and everybody knows it.
I mean, I kind of told everybody.
I mean, we've won 10 plus games more than we've won 5 or less. So I think this is more
not
of the
last 4 years.
No, in our history.
Yes. in our history, but that's with different coaches, different GMs, different fucking everything.
So KOC's won double digits and twice and not won double digits twice. So
right.
So which one's the fluke?
He inherited a team that was NFC champions, except they fucked up really bad and lost 31-7. And the next year, he took them to a fucking losing season.
Well, after we went to the
Sounds more like Kirk Cousins. Doesn't really sound like KOC.
we lost because
you're right. It was Kirk Cousins.
And then we hired KOC, and then we lost to the Giants in the playoffs. This is a 2-year gap.
Yeah.
We lost to the Giants in the playoffs at 41-0. I remember that.
That was KOC first year.
Yeah, that was.
No, he's talking about
the
fourth and 8 Kirk Cousins.
No, I'm talking 2000.
They lost 40-0.
I know, but I thought we were talking about
Kirk
KOC. You guys are all over the damn place right now.
The freaking guy who's going to solve all the problems, and we fucking absolutely sucked.
So, what keeps you being a Vikings fan, Brian Pearson? What keeps you going?
Shaq, God bless you. I love you, brother. And let me tell you, I was born in Minnesota. I was raised in Minnesota. I've watched the Vikings since 1961, which is fucking just incredibly painful. And the first year they won a couple games they weren't supposed to. And then we went on like an 8-year streak of pretty much sucking like we are now. And then they drafted a guy named Alan Page.
Hey.
And they had Carl Eller.
Hey.
And all of a sudden they turned from absolute shit to glory. And then they traded for fucking Tarkington after they had him, got rid of him, got him back. When you watch that, it's like if fucking McCarthy absolutely sucks, they trade him to the Saints for a fucking 23rd round draft pick, which they had in those days. Now they have like fucking 7th round. Okay. They trade him for a 7th round draft pick. And then he comes back 4 years later and we trade him for a 4th round draft pick. And he is fucking all pro every year. It was the most amazing thing you ever saw in the world. And the Vikings never lost unless they got fucked by the refs for like...
I could agree to that.
Like 7 years. Like 7 years through the 70s. From 71 to 77. They never lost unless they got fucked by the refs. In 75, they got fucked by the refs in the playoffs, and that's when I said, I will never be disappointed again. And I thought, they're going to lose every game they ever play that ever matters. And so far, I've been right. And that's been, what, 40 fucking years? It's sad. I want to be wrong sometime. And I'm really old. I'm just hoping I'm wrong sometime. I mean, for fuck's sakes. Give me a break.
That answer your question, Shaq?
Some feedback,
I'm really
boys.
about the refs because it feels like always when we have a team that won the Super Bowl, the NFL steps in and dictate that we don't deserve a Super Bowl that year. There's been teams we had that deserve a ring that we don't just happen to have the ring because we lost.
I agree. I agree. Look at the Rams last year. If they would have called penalties on the Rams as it should have been called, we would have won by hands over fists. That was the most fucking flagrant violation I've ever seen of officiating in a game. And let me tell you, I'm old. I was fucking watching football games before your mom banged your dad. And I have seen games. I have never seen a game officiated that bad. Pass interference, holding, all called, all not called against the fucking Rams. And they were doing it every fucking play. And there's no question about that. You take it back and run it through the tapes, and it's like, how do you fucking excuse that? And they just say, well, it's a registered entertainment deal, and, we don't have to excuse it.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
Would you continue a 4-8 season every single year or an exit out of the playoffs with no Super Bowl? What would you rather have?
4-8 season. Give me a 4-8 season. Not 4-8 season. I want 4-13. We're going 4-13. The fucking foreskins are gonna pound us like a redheaded stepchild. Frickin' McCarthy is gonna absolutely suck again. He'll get better. He might complete 2 passes instead of 3, or 3 passes instead of 2. That's not the point. The point being is he's going to progress. And I guarantee you, KM and freaking KOC are going to be here next year because they just got freaking their extensions. Yeah. They're going to be here next year. We're going to do the same old shit. And KOC said, he said it point blank, and it's fucking really hard to misinterpret this. Quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, don't fail NFL teams. NFL teams fail young quarterbacks. Remember that. That's what he said.
That's coming to fight him. That's coming back to bite him.
That's his attitude. And you know what that means? He's going to stick with them until January of 27. And a year from now, a year and a month from now, the end of the season next year, either we win and he shows progress, or he absolutely sucks. And we're going to find out. If you think they're bringing in some quarterback next year, you're on fucking freaking crack. It's not going to happen. They're going to give this kid every opportunity. You look at all the quarterbacks from 15, 20 years ago. They all had a year or two when they absolutely sucked. They're going to do the same thing with this kid, I think. If I'm wrong, you can call me names and frickin' call me a Democrat. I don't care. But anyhow, it's not going to happen. They're going to play him the whole way through, and he's going to either get better or not. And then we'll have to deal with it a year from now when we're 0-26 for the last 26 games, or maybe we won 10 or 12 or 3 or 4. But this year we're not going to win a game, and we shouldn't. We suck.
I hope you're right, but like I said, because we don't want them to, they're going to.
Yeah, but you got to realize, Keith, that the defense isn't that good. The defense is top 5 in pass defense. Yeah, they're bottom 3 in pass defense thrown.
Run defense.
No, they're bottom 3 in pass defenses thrown. Nobody throws at them because they suck so bad at run defense. They fucking rush the ball all the time. We're terrible. Get on your computer,
We are.
figure it out.
All right,
Yeah.
Brian, last scenario question.
Yeah.
Would you rather keep signing veterans only to lose in the NFC Conference Championship game or keep taking swings at a quarterback in the draft to eventually win a Super Bowl?
Take a swing at a quarterback, for fuck's sakes.
There we go.
What are we here for?
We did that.
Are we the Wilfs?
But we did that with JJ
If
McCarthy.
you're the Wilfs, you take the fucking soft play and take the fucking shit guy you know is gonna win you fucking 8 or 10 or 12 games. And all the booger eating, knuckle dragging fucking homers are gonna show up at the game and they're gonna buy their season tickets and they're gonna fucking pack the stadium and buy beer and chicken wings and fucking fat chicks, whatever they want. And that's fucking, oh, great. But if you want to win a Super Bowl, you fucking toss them soon. That's end of the story. Kwesi, I've been bitching about him for 2 years. I gave him 2 years and he fucking fucked up 2 years. And I said, okay, maybe the third he'll be better. Guess what? He wasn't. And just to put this out there, because every post I put on Vikings Uncensored, all I get called every time I say Kwesi sucks is I'm called a racist. I don't care if he's fucking green. I don't care if he's Asian. He could be from China. His name could be Ching Chao Chu. I don't care. It's like he sucks at drafting. And if you suck at drafting, you shouldn't be a fucking GM. End of story.
Profound.
Yeah,
I agree.
Well, there you got it.
To be hired, they should hire me, but I don't got the criteria yet.
You know, the thing is, I was sober when you guys started this, but it took so long to get on. I've been drinking since.
You're welcome.
So you guys are pretty much responsible for this. Hey, and I gotta ask, what happened to Ronaldo? I mean, he's on here on fucking comments, but he's not on here anymore. Is that just because
He just doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the time for it, really.
He's a busy man.
He's got other obligations.
Okay.
He's got other ventures that he's into right now that he's working on other programs. He's a producer for music and he's doing like audio books and stuff. Like he's got other projects going on.
He also knew he was going to suck this year, so he took a break.
Smart guy.
He's embracing the suck.
Hey, but let me tell you what. There were like 6 or 8 of us, maybe 6 or 8, and I was surprised today because Keith put out the top 8. He didn't put out top 10, at least not that I saw. Top 8, and I wasn't on it for the fucking Facebook page. I was shocked.
Bro. Then you didn't look at the very top because you're number 2.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
So
I
you
was
didn't see the whole
wondering because I just looked at the page that you posted and it was like, seriously, I'm not in the top 10. I haven't been top 10 for like ever.
Ransburger's number 1. You're number 2, and Mike Breed's all the way down at 10.
Yeah, but you realize Ransburger has Ransburger been banned for like ever, or did he just unblock me? Because I haven't heard from him in like a year and a half.
No, he didn't. I don't think he unblocked you or anything like that. But I think his hate for JJ McCarthy made him like front and center because all he does is post anti JJ McCarthy stuff. He has over 1,800 comments in the past month.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Hey, but Brian Pearson, we took a swing at Jay McCarthy, first ever top 10 pick quarterback in history. It's looking
And
like
I agree with it,
Let's
Cody.
keep doing it. Let's keep fucking doing it.
I agree with it. And I agree with you keep playing the kid because if you could take 20 fucking Hall of Fame quarterbacks and do the same thing, and they suck just as bad.
Keep swinging.
You realize that. It's these fucking, and no offense to any of you on this panel, I'm just saying these fucking millennials and Gen Zs want instant gratification, and it ain't going to fucking happen. It's like,
Hey, Peterson, I got a question for you. How old do you think I am?
Say that again, Fish.
How old do you think I am?
$54.
You're exactly right. Stop calling me a millennial or a Gen Z, dude.
Hey,
I'm not
calling.
I lost all hope for Minnesota Vikings signing a veteran quarterback after Brett Favre. Because if Brett Favre couldn't take us to a Super Bowl in 2009, there's no other fucking quarterback in this world that was going to
but just back up the world and just listen to what Fish said. I was exactly right. Again.
So, like, what do we want as a fan base? We want a Super Bowl. Is that correct? That's the one thing we want.
Not
And
all of us.
who gives a fuck about signing?
Fish wants to go to bed.
You know, the issue is, and I think I posted a couple things on this. The whole problem is the Wilfs say they want a Super Bowl, but in order to get a Super Bowl, you have to be the Bears or the Lions or fucking the Browns. The Browns aren't a good example. And the Browns got fucked by their general manager when they signed that fucking quarterback. But the thing is, you have to take like 1 or 2 down years in order to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And the Vikings refuse to do it and always say, oh, we're in a competitive reorganization. Well, there's no such thing. It doesn't exist. Because if you're competitive, you don't reorganize.
We need to do another Skol and Chill so we can really have Brian on.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you don't reorganize when you frickin' are competitive. You never do that. And the fact is, they've tried to do that and they suck horrendously at it. They've been trying to do it since 1976.
All right, Brian, give us some last thoughts, buddy.
Embrace the suck. If we don't lose the next 26, now, what is it now? Yeah, 23 games.
23.
If we don't lose the next 23 games, be happy. We are terrible. We're going to be terrible. And just freaking watch every game, laugh at every play. I mean, can any of you admit you didn't laugh at that freaking pick six? I mean, that was
awesome.
like,
I ain't laugh. I honestly.
All right, Theo, give me your last thoughts.
that was the best play
Good try,
in the NFL.
All right, Brian, we got to wrap this thing up. Theo, give me your final thoughts.
Okay.
Oh,
you
man,
guys
just
take
shoot.
care. Love you. Take
Appreciate
care.
you, Brian.
We'll
Thanks,
see you later.
Hopefully you get a Super Bowl soon.
I'm just gonna keep on watching them, man. Yo, shoot. Hey, I've been a fan since Warren Moon came over there in '94. So
I
keep on. I enjoy watching them play, and hopefully this year, probably next year I can come to a home game. I've been to the games in Houston. They play in Houston, but I've never been to a home game. So I'm just here for the ride. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely
Yeah.
lit at home.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
I do.
Warren Moon losing in the playoffs with a veteran quarterback again. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Appreciate it. Shaq, what you got?
Embrace the suck, like Brian Peterson said. You know, if we could get this video to 20 likes, I will convince Keith to start doing scouting reports because the season is a wash. We don't need to talk about what's going on with this Vikings team because clearly they don't want to go to the Super Bowl. So the next best thing and not winning the Super Bowl is talking draft. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're feeling real generous, you can send us donations on Let's Go at Cash App, or you can click the $ sign on YouTube and send us donations.
Attaboy. For Vikings fans, by Vikings fans. Love you guys. Appreciate you. It looks like Ryan's not going to be able to get off till we close this thing down, which is awesome. I think we should do a Skol and Chill again pretty soon. We'll have some fun doing it. I'll weaken Keith on it. We'll get it done. But let's have some fun watching the game. Enjoy it if they win. Enjoy it if they lose. I hope our quarterback improves.
After Skol.
Aftercare.
Aftercare.
Oh,
And with that, I say,
aftercare.
let's Skol. What you got, Cody?
Hey, it's Thursday. I know someone's at the bar right now, Robbie. Hey, make sure you have a plan. Drive home safe. Don't be yourself a Jordan Addison. And don't drop the ball on that, too. Do not do that, my man. Other than that, again, be good or be good at it. Be safe for the weekend. Y'all have fun. Enjoy it. I know Sunday's probably going to be a miserable experience for all of us, but it's trying to make it what it
It'll
is.
be awesome.
Let's go.
I'll be on the boat Sunday,
It'll
so
be
Let's
awesome.
Take us home, Keith.
All right. Well, first I gotta do a sound clip in case I decide to edit this in a certain way, and that's like, you know what? Right now, let's hear from Brian Peterson, and let's hear what he's got to say, and let's hear his wisdom on the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, that's just so I could. If I'm gonna put your rant on Spotify, if I'm gonna put your rant on Spotify, I need to clip that and put it before. I don't know if I'm gonna do all that yet, so I just had to get the sound clip so I can edit it. But we're out of here. It's 1 a.m. for some people. I think it's later for you, Brian. It's 10 o'clock for me, which is actually kind of late for me. I got shit to do. We'll be here after the game on Sunday for aftercare. No one's even watching, so we'll see you guys. Let's go.
We got a chance to lose.
USC number 1.
End.